Summer baseball on the NECBL, and well, does it get much better than this? A Friday night from Cardines Field for the Interstate Rhode Island rivalry, the Pell Bridge Series between the Newport Gulls and the Ocean State Waves. I'm Harry Tidgwell as we begin the celebration of the country's 250th year anniversary, and well, we're going to break down this rivalry match pregame on our NECBL broadcast pregame show starting right now. Welcome back on the NECBL broadcast pregame show alongside Chuck Pava. I'm Harry Tidgwell, and well, it's a beautiful time of summer as we cross into the back half of the Gulls season. 22 more games to go, and today we get to celebrate the country's 250th birthday. And what does it mean, just the summer baseball vibe that we can create here at Cardines?
Well, anytime you get into July, you get the weather change too, and it's pretty hot today, but yes. I mean, 4th of July, 250 celebration, playing baseball, it's better than that. It's America, it's apple pie, it's hot dogs. So yeah, today's an exciting day for us to be out here playing on July 3rd, and tomorrow we get to celebrate on the 4th.
Well, a couple of celebrations this year, first with the 250th, but also the 25th season of Gulls baseball, just a couple weeks away from our celebration here from Cardines. Anything you want to share with the fans about that?
Absolutely. We're looking forward to our celebration weekend, celebrating 25 years of playing here at Cardines Field. We have a lot of alumni coming back. I'm really excited about that. We have Hall of Famers coming back, and then we're going to induct our 7th Hall of Fame class on the 18th on Saturday right here at Cardines Field from 4 to 6 o'clock. And the fans are going to be invited free of charge. We hope they all come out to help those young men celebrate their successful summers here. And then we have a post-game celebration. We hope you can come with us, Harry.
It'll definitely be a fun one. I'll be there. My final question for you, a quick one.
Yeah.
With the 4th, are we a hot dog or a hamburger guy?
You know something? I'm a cheeseburger guy. I'm just kind of a burger guy.
There we
yeah.
go.
Although I'll have a hot dog too, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Chuck. We roll on the NECBL broadcast pregame show right after this.
Whoa. Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. Moment I gotta keep going. I'm shaking the dice and I'm kicking and rolling. They already know.
Live from Cardines Field, I'm Ethan Poole, and I don't know what's hotter, the weather or the bat of this man. Tristan Salinas has a couple home runs in his last two games. Tristan, how are you feeling at the plate?
Just feeling good, feeling loose. Just good group of guys to be around. Every day is exciting to come to the field, and it's exciting to win for this guy right here. Yes, sir.
You heard it from Derek Patsos. He's on fire. Your bat's hot, but, sun's blazing down. It's scorching. How are you dealing with the actual heat coming down right now?
Just trying to stay hydrated, a lot of water. Enjoying the heat, though. Don't get much heat like this in Jersey, so it's a nice break from the Jersey cold.
Yeah. How are you enjoying Newport so far?
I'm loving it. It's a great place to be. Favorite location I've been at. Any summer I played summer ball. Love the people, love the area. Everything about it's super fun. Fun to see how much money's up here, too.
With the team playing so well after a tough start, what do you attribute that to?
I think it's just us getting time together. With summer ball, it's always meeting a bunch of new guys, new personalities, and it takes a little bit to kind of mesh together. But I think everybody on this team, everyone loves everyone. Everyone's got each other's back. So it's just kind of getting over that first hump of a little bit of timidness maybe. And I think everyone coming together now is just a good team. Everyone's full of good vibes. Everyone matches each other well, and energy just stays high.
What's some of your favorite things to do with the guys?
Definitely fishing and going to the beach. Those are probably the top two. Yes, sir.
All right, Tristan Salinas, everybody, thank you so much. We'll be right back on the Newport Gulls NECBL pregame show.
Most people spend their time trying to fit in. Not me. I want to be all in. I want to be in too deep, in the moment, in the center of it all, in the room where it happens. In it to make a difference every single moment of every single day. So grit your teeth and smile. Be ready to take on adversity. Be ready to transform the world. Ready for whatever life has in store. So, you in?
Hey Gulls fans, I'm Veronica Borelli, and today we're here with pitcher Will Coleman from the University of Kentucky. Will, you had your first experience in Martha's Vineyard yesterday. What was that like for you?
It was a lot of fun. I was pretty excited to ride the ferry. I'd say I was more excited to ride the fishing boat back. I heard it was a little bumpy, so I was pretty excited for that one.
Are you seasick at all?
No, not really.
That's good. You were able to get up in the broadcasting booth last week. What was that like for you, being able to switch sides and do a little bit of the other work?
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun just talking to Harry and just talking to everyone and getting to call the game a little bit. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for being with us. Back to you guys.
We are the heartbeat of innovation, the ones who care for your heart as if it were our own. We are challengers who never settle. We are healers who turn fear into hope and the impossible into done. We are at the heart of this community, providing advanced, nationally recognized medicine. We are South Coast Health, Heart and Vascular.
Wrapping up on the NECBL broadcast pregame show as we welcome Ryan Novak and Gus Gandy on. Ryan, I'll start with you, a returner for Newport, and obviously you got to experience this crowd during the 4th at Cardines last year, but what's it mean to be back for such a special day when you're expecting such a big crowd?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome to put on for the city of Newport and anybody that comes to the game because it's just a special experience, especially during the 4th of July weekend.
Gus, I turn to you now. This is your first 4th here in Newport. I'm sure you're super excited, but also a chance to get back on track here tonight after that loss at Martha's Vineyard last night. How important it is for you guys to re-pick up that momentum and get the bats going offensively?
Well, I mean, the bat stayed hot yesterday. It just didn't end up turning out how we wanted to, but, I mean, we're just going to carry on the bats from last night into tonight, so I'm excited about it.
Well, it's a rivalry match here from Cardines, the battle for Pell Bridge between the Waves and the Gulls. You won't want to miss it. Catch these two on the field at 6:35. Either come down to the ballpark or tune in on ESPN+. We'll see you then.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Cardines Field and the 25th season of Newport Gulls baseball. Tonight's team sponsor is the Heritage Restaurant Group. Gate volunteers are from the Gulls staff. The 50-50 raffle will benefit the Martin Luther King Jr. Center. The New England Collegiate Baseball League presents the Ocean State Waves of Wakefield, Rhode Island versus your Newport Gulls. Here's the starting lineup for the Waves. Leading off, the shortstop, number 3, Blaze Ward of Vanderbilt University and Morehouse, Arkansas. Out in the second, the center fielder, number 15, Thomas Malevsky of New Mexico State University and the interesting city of Yakima, Washington. Batting third, the right fielder, number 23, Charlie Fall of Bryant University, New Jersey. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 6, Matt Farrell, San Diego State University, California. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 17, Gabriel Milano of the University of Miami, Florida. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 21, Cameron Tapetti of Bryant University in Grafton, Massachusetts. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 13, Jack LaRose of the University of Rhode Island and the suburban town of Cumberland, Rhode Island. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 4, Gavin Marchese of Monroe Community College is from Jupiter, Florida. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 32, Zach Fleischer of Fresno State University, resides in Saugus, California. On the mound tonight for the Waves, number 29, Cooper Mahar of Duke University in the interesting town of Westerly, right down there on the Connecticut border. The coaching staff, the manager is Jalen Borders, and his assistant coaches, Peter Clays, Mason Fiole, Zach Hines, Joe Laffman, and Caleb McGrath. The starting lineup for the Newport Gulls, and they will be accompanied by baseball buddies from the Middletown Major All-Stars team. Leading off, the shortstop, number 5, Gus Gandy of Stanford University in St. Simons Island, Georgia.
His baseball buddy, Ben Rushton.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 16, Devin Zyrwaz, Coastal Carolina University of San Imperial, Pennsylvania.
And his baseball buddy, Daniel Cooney.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 13, Maddox Haley of Gonzaga University in the interesting city of La Mesa, California.
And his baseball buddy, Jace Manning.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 24, Brendan Larson of the University of Southern California. He resides in the town of Rockland, California.
And his baseball buddy, Leo Martin.
Sounds like one of my many grandchildren. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 1, Hayden Cloud of the University of Kentucky, and Nixa, Missouri.
And his baseball buddy, Bowen Harrison.
Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 31, Ryan Novak of the University of Miami in Ohio. He resides in Canton, Georgia. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 25, Braxton Trammell of East Carolina University in the town of Hickory, North Carolina.
And his baseball buddy, Sebastian Lopez.
Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 30, Cade Brown of the University of Central Florida, a resident of Jefferson, Georgia. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 7, Ernie Echevarria of the University of Pennsylvania. He lives in Miami, Florida. On the mound tonight for the Gulls, number 35, Will Taylor of Trinity University of Texas, resides in Englewood, Colorado. The coaching staff, the manager is the always reliable Mike Combs, his hitting coach, Kenny Reagan, pitching coach, Kevin Long, and assistant coaches, Dylan Brown, and former Gulls player, Noah Martinez. The umpires assigned to tonight's game, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Aaron Brown. On the base paths, Mr. Alec Lina and Mr. Robert Wells. We trust these fine gentlemen will be accorded every courtesy. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And good evening, Gulls fans, and welcome to the Rhode Island 250 Semi-Quincentennial Celebration Night here at historic Cardines Field, supported by the Heritage Restaurant Group featuring tonight's matchup between the Ocean State Waves and your Newport Gulls. The Heritage Restaurant Group is redefining hospitality in Newport by blending elevated dining, local culture, and unforgettable guest experiences under one visionary brand. It creates destination-worthy restaurants that celebrate Rhode Island's coastal identity while delivering consistent operational excellence, strong community engagement, and scalable growth opportunities. As America celebrates its 250th birthday, we would like to also talk about the Rhode Island 250 Commission role. The Rhode Island 250 Commission is an opportunity to position Rhode Island at the center of America's 250th anniversary by celebrating the state's outsized role in shaping the nation's history, innovation, and independence. Through events, education, tourism, public-private partnerships, the Commission will drive economic impact, civic pride, and national attention while creating lasting cultural and community benefits for future generations. On behalf of the Newport Gulls, we would like to thank the RI 250 Commission, along with the Heritage Restaurant Group, for supporting tonight's game. Thank you. Tonight, Gulls fans, we'd like to welcome some very special guests to provide tonight's ceremonial first names. First up is Rhode Island's own Senator Jack Reed. Senator Jack Reed is Rhode Island's senior U.S. Senator. Cranston native, West Point graduate, and former 82nd Airborne paratrooper who holds degrees from Harvard Law and the Kennedy School. Respected by both parties as a defense expert and a quiet dealmaker, he serves on the Armed Services, Appropriations, and Banking Committees. Reed lives with his wife Julia and their daughter Emily. Next up is Katie Antonelli. Katie is 10 years old and has been playing softball in the Barrington League since she was 4 years old. A versatile player who can contribute at nearly any position on the field. Her favorite spots are in the pitching circle and at first base. Katie looks up to softball standout Carolyn Pickens and works hard to develop her own game every time she takes it. Katie brings the heat. Next up is Theodore Barosky. Theodore is 9 years old and has been playing baseball since 2021 when he started with T-ball. He's a pitcher and his favorite hobbies include baseball and drawing. Great job, Theodore. Next up is Newport leader Beckett Melvin. He's 11 years old and has been playing in the Newport League since T-ball, and his hobby is mountain biking. Great job. Next up is Keith Stokes, Rhode Island historian, Rhode Island. That's what you got, please. There we go. Next up is Rebecca Bertrand, Executive Director of the Newport Historical Society. Next up, we have Jeffrey Amidi, Executive Director, Rhode Island Historic Preservation and Heritage Commission. Next up is James Truman, Executive Director from the Blackstone Valley Tourism Council. And last, and certainly not least, is Kevin Flyberg, the Director of Interpretation and Education of the Blackstone River Valley National Historical Park. Great job, Kevin. Thank you again to the RI-250 Commission and the Heritage Restaurant Group for sponsoring tonight's game. And I'd also like to give a very special shout out to three very important people who helped make tonight's game happen. First up is Lauren Fogarty, the Program Coordinator for the Rhode Island 250 Commission. Lindsay DeLuca of the Half Street Group and the Play Ball RI 250 Coordinator. And last and certainly not least, and former Gulls volunteer Rick Lombardi and current Middletown County Council candidate. Thank you, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd ask you to please rise if you are able and remove your cap for the presentation. Next call. Presenting the nation's colors tonight are members of the Newport Fire Department, performing tonight's national anthem, the Shannon Hall.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the whole of the
Of Rhode Island, as tonight we bring you the Pell Bridge Series between the Ocean State Waves and Newport Gulls, a matchup that never seems to disappoint. First pitch on ESPN Plus coming up after this. We welcome you back to Cardines Field, just moments away from Pell Bridge Series Volume 3, tied 1-1 on the season. We welcome you into the broadcast booth alongside Ethan Poole and Gavin Watson. I'm Harry Tidgewell. We thank you for joining us on this Friday night. Gavin, I turn to you first. These two teams coming off very different performances their last time out. The Streaks snapping a 7-game losing streak and a 6-3 win over the Bristol Blues. And we've seen them beat the Newport Gulls already this season. What are the keys to success here tonight?
They're going to have to tag along the base hits. They're going to have to figure out how to piece together more hits, and as well as the walks on the pitching staff. We can't have many walks if it's the pitching staff starting to struggle on the command side. That's where things start to go away for the Waves.
Well, I mentioned Ocean State having broken their 7-game losing streak, but on the Gulls side of things, they were riding a 9-game winning streak, headed to Martha's Vineyard last night, and they came up empty-handed, Ethan Poole, despite hitting 5 home runs. Yes, you heard that right, 5 home runs, but a 9-5 defeat at that. How do they go about changing that around?
I mean, that's 5 solo home runs if you do the very easy math there. It was such a strange game. Parker Rhodes was very good until he faltered a bit in the 4th inning. It's one they're going to want to have back. They've got to be a little more efficient with guys on base, and they'll be fine.
Well, we'll send it down to the field as we gear up for first pitch. Blaze Ward, the lefty, stepping in against Will Taylor, making his 5th appearance, 4th start on the season. You look at Taylor's numbers of 15 and a third innings pitched, a 1.17 ERA, allowing just 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 5 walks to a team lead 27 strikeouts. Pitched against the Waves last week as well, went 4 innings. 90 degrees and sunny with a slight breeze live from Newport. And the first pitch blown right past the shortstop in Ward for strike 1.
And I'll add, in that game, 12 strikeouts for the Newport Gulls, and that pitching staff did a good job of really exposing the swing and miss stuff against the Ocean State Waves.
Second pitch is fouled in at the hands. So Taylor quickly working ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. We quickly mentioned when going over his stats, 27 Ks already on the season, nearing the 30 mark in what's only his 5th appearance, averaging just short of 2 strikeouts per innings pitched. Numbers for Blaze Ward so far this season. He's done a fairly good job of getting himself on base. A 250 batting average, a 323 on base. The 0-2 in the dirt and low. Take a quick look at the Ocean State Waves batting lineup.
Blaze Ward leading things off for this Ocean State Waves team. That'll be Tommy Maluski, Charlie Soule, followed by Max Farrell, Gabe Milano, and Campa Petty, Jack LaRose, Gavin Marchese, and Zach Blanchard. 3 lefties in a row at the bottom of this Waves lineup.
We'll see if that affects the lefty Taylor, but not from the get-go as he catches the outer third and sends Ward down looking for the first out of this ball game. A lot of run on the fastball moving towards the outside part of the plate, and Ward can only bat an eye.
And that fastball is Will Taylor's best weapon. He's able to dot it so well. It's got some really solid side-to-side movement. It's unhittable, especially with lefties at the dish.
Well, Tommy Maluski now stands on in.
It's going to be a fastball approach today for the Waves. They got to really make him get to those other pitches. With that fastball being such a dominant pitch, they got to find a way to get him to those breaking balls and do so early in this game.
Well, we mentioned that Taylor threw against Ocean State exactly a week ago, last Friday, in Newport's first win of the Pell Bridge Series on the season. The 1-0 is flied into left field, but foul, tailing towards the stands, and Trammell won't have enough room to make the catch, so make it a 1-ball, 1-strike count with 1 out in the top of the first. Taylor went 4 innings of work and really set the tone for the Newport pitching staff, but we'll quickly take a look across the rest of the field. Cade Brown, Devin Cyrus, and Maddox Haley man the outfield grass. Braxton Trammell at the hot corner. Gus Gandy and Caden Cloud playing up the middle. Brandon Larson stationed over at first. And Ernie Echeverria makes his Newport debut behind the dish. A big swing and a miss upstairs from the 2-hitter in Maluski. Taylor trying to notch 2 strikeouts in this opening frame through its first 2 batters. Charlie Saul, the man that awaits on deck.
The first time these two teams played, it was another new starting catcher, and Richard Tejeda, who came into that game and started that one in his first game for the Gulls.
The 1-2 breaking ball misses inside. Richard Tejeda, unfortunately, had to head back home after a injury to one of his fingers. He did recently commit to Cal Fullerton to play his college ball there next season. But we wish you the best, Richard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the first. The pitch home just misses, so the count runs full.
It's a nice 2-strike pitch. Just barely missed the outside corner with the fastball. I'd expect fastball again with the full count.
We know that Taylor can touch into the low 90s when he gets up there. The 3-2 just above the letters, so the Waves have their first base runner of the ball game on Will Taylor's first walk of the game, 6th walk of the season. And that's been one of his keys to success, that high K to walk ratio. Currently 28 Ks to just 6 walks, so about 4.5 to 1. When we talked to pitching coach Kevin Long, he said anything above 3, you really can't complain about out of one of the arms on this team. The first pitch upstairs, but Charlie Sull offers at it for the first strike. Just a .212 batting average on the season, but he does offer some power. You look at the 3 home runs that he's already hit in just the first half of the NECBL season. Second pitch home, a big swing and a miss as Taylor once again works ahead quickly.
And working through that swing as well towards the middle part of this season, trying to get back on track. He had a really good week and then has kind of faltered off for the Waves, so really trying to recapture that early season.
The 0-2 home misses up at the eyes for the first ball of the at-bat. As I was going to mention earlier, Taylor's performance last week didn't allow any earned run against the Waves through his 4 innings pitched. Gave up 4 hits, 6 strikeouts to just the 1 walk. The 1-2. Once again upstairs, that seems to be where Taylor is missing early.
When the upstairs fastball sets up well for any of the breaking pitches to be, play off of that and tunnel off of that fastball.
Yeah, it's textbook changing of the eye level. It's something Taylor should be doing against one of America East's best outfielders.
Runner goes, pitches a swung on and miss, throw to second, not in time, but the second strikeout of the day for Will Taylor, as Saul goes chasing upstairs and comes up empty-handed, working that elevated part of the zone once again, but this time to his favor. The throw down to second, just a tick too late to nab the speedy Molesky. We know that Newport Gulls have not been an easy team to run on this season, especially when you have a lefty arm on the mound like Taylor himself.
Yeah, but Echeverria is kind of an unknown commodity right now in the NECBL, so I expect Ocean State to test him a few more times.
Began the season up in the Cape, the Wareham Gateman, before getting cold in Newport. With Tejeda going down, Newport's only catcher on the roster was Adam Broski. Peter Mershon does a little bit of catching here and there, but primarily an outfielder. The 1-0, fouled straight back and into the netting for strike 1. Stadionic, the official netting and facility partner of the New England League. Stadionic's netting, wall padding, and facility solutions have been featured in Major League Baseball venues, including Citi Field, home of the Mets, Truist Park, home of the Atlanta Braves, as well as collegiate facilities throughout the entire country, Florida, North Carolina, Clemson, Texas, and many more. From design to fabrication to installation, Stadionic is making sports facilities iconic. Fouled off his own leg, Max Farrell moves the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A man in scoring position over at second in Molesky.
I was talking to Farrell before the game, and he said that this game and this series, the rivalry between the Gulls and the Waves, it's about as close as you can get to a college rivalry, especially in the NECBL and Summer League, where teams trying to have some fun, trying to develop guys, but this series is a big rivalry for both squads.
Teams that sit just 9 miles apart, about a 25-minute bus ride. The 1-2 from Taylor is grounded left side. Gandy's dive comes up empty-handed. Molesky gets the wave. Brown's throw won't even be made, and the Waves strike first in the Pell Bridge series, make it 1-0 Ocean State.
And that's what Max Farrell offers. He hit an even 300 at San Diego State as a freshman. He was a first-team Mountain West selection, preseason freshman of the year. He lived up to that, and a great job to just pull it into the 5-6 hole and gave Ocean State an early and a needed 1-0 lead.
Gandy did his best to try and keep it on the infield dirt, but his sprawl comes up with nothing. So as Farrell heads to first, Gabe Milano now in the box. Runner goes. Echeverria's throw down on a hop. Not going to be in time. So the Waves showing some early aggression We saw this out of them the first time these two teams faced off, and what was a high-scoring affair in favor of Ocean State, 16-12, the final that time around, and trying to find a similar recipe here tonight off of Echeverria, just making his first start of the season.
The stolen base is so huge for this Waves team. It allows those guys to now have a runner in scoring position. That's been so big for this team all season long, and them winning games when they've picked up those 7 wins.
Well, Milano out of Miami batting .309 with a .509 slugging, so he offers a whole lot of power. 8 total extra base hits to his name, 6 of those doubles, a triple and a homer as well. The 0-2, foul backwards, and we'll do it again. So Taylor's done a really strong job of getting ahead, but credit to the Waves, they've done a really good job of shortening up their swings, and you saw it from Max Farrell, finding a pitch to shoot between that third baseman shortstop gap.
Yeah, and if these Waves keep riding on that fastball, Taylor's going to have to go to those breaking balls in these 2-strike counts.
The 0-2, just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Will Taylor out of Trinity University down in Texas. But we've seen a lot of interest across the nation for a possible new home next season, and that's exactly why. Blows the fastball past Gabe Milano for out number 3. As that ends the top of the first, but the Ocean State Waves out to an early lead. More to come after this.
I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the place. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cover, work the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is our teacher under pressure, now we blessed. Yeah, it's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Let's go.
Stadionic's primary goal is to maximize fan safety and amplify the fan experience so that you or your client get exactly what you envision.
Welcome into beautiful Chapel Hill, North Carolina. It's downright gorgeous.
A look at the crowd here at Cardines tonight, pouring in for some Friday night NECBL action. Of course, the Newport Gulls spotting those classic orange jerseys that you only catch on this given day of the week, the Ocean State Waves. They're blue jerseys with the light blue lettering and white piping, the gray pants. 2 classic uniform combos. But the Ocean State Waves out to an early 1-0 lead, and Cooper Maher, the man on the mound, is going to have some comfortability to deal with the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, a hometown kid on the mound tonight in Cooper Maher. Originally came up, growing up, coming to Ocean State Waves games, committed to Duke recently, and making his first start of the season, has 7 innings pitched under his belt with 7 Ks and four walks, but he's really looked sharp, and he's got a big, dominant fastball that runs up into the 90s.
Truly a full circle moment to make his first start against the Ocean State Waves' bitter rival in the Newport Gulls. We take a look at the lineup for Newport. Gus Gandy batting leadoff, followed by Devin Zyrus, Maddox Haley, and Brandon Larson in the cleanup position. Caden Cloud and Ryan Novak bat 5th and 6th, followed by Braxton Trammell and Cade Brown, and then Ernie Echeverria making his debut. Rounds out the lineup, batting 9th out of the University of Penn. But Gus Gandy out of that leadoff spot has just been so tremendous as of late. Seems like every day his batting average continues to climb. Didn't quite do it last night, just a 1-for-5 performance, but came about a foot or 2 short of his 3rd long ball on the season, a .355 batting average to his name as he shoots one the other way, but it's gloved up by the first baseman, Max Farrell, who takes it to the bag in time for a quick out number 1. Gandy trying to shoot it into the right field gap, but going down low to the dirt. Farrell able to come up big for the man on the mound, Cooper Maher.
Maher, a guy with a fastball 91 to 94 with a slider, changeup, and curveball all around the mid-80s, so a guy who can really rear it up into the upper 90s.
Devin Zyrus now stands on in, batting .379 on the year. getting on base over half the time, but the men backing up Maher. Take it away, Gavin.
Zach Plashert, Tommy Maluski, and Charlie Soul are the outfielders ranging out there in the grass. And Jack LaRose at the hot corner. Blaze Ward at short with Gavin Marchese playing second. Max Farrell over there at first with Cam Papetti doing the catching duties tonight for Maher.
Well, Maher catches the knees on Zyrus for the first strike of the at-bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out of the windup. Kicks and deals. Zyrus, a half swing, but he fouls it off hard off the left wall here at Cardines. So now Maher just 1 pitch away from his first strikeout of the outing. But you just take a look at those monster numbers for Devin Zyrus. Such a tough out. And this whole Newport batting lineup has been hitting the ball extremely hard as of late. We mentioned the home run power in yesterday's defeat against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. 5 home runs, a new team high on the season. And they just really offer a lot of power, 1 through 9.
And for Maher, it's going to be about not making mistakes on some of these pitches and really, when he gets to 2 strikes, not leaving it too much over the heart of the plate.
And with Zyrus up in a full count, the last thing you want to do is give him something to mash. Walks obviously not ideal at the top of the order, but you'd rather that than a ball into the gap.
The 3-2 home. Zyrus sends a deep fly ball into center field. Molesky ranging back makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So Newport finding some solid barrels early, but coming up empty-handed for outs number 1 and 2, as now Maddox Haley, the righty, will dig on in.
I mean, Harry, that one just sounded good off the bat, didn't it? That made a great sound and went into that left center field gap. And Cardines Field, such a strange dimensional ball field. That one in a couple NACBL ballparks might be wall ball or more for Zyrus, but just a loud fly out as Haley will try to keep the inning going.
Haley batting .271 on the season. In a big whiff at the first pitch as he falls behind 0-1 on Maher.
Yeah, it's going to be a heavy recipe of fastballs early for Maher.
The National College Baseball Writers Association first team designated hitter in Maddox Haley, but he's really struggled against the slider. So some of the breaking balls that are a little more quick, not exactly the loopy curveballs or changeups you might think about, but some stuff that just has a little bit more cut to it, is the pitches that he's been beaten on most. As he chases low and away for strike 2.
I mean, right-handed hitters, anytime they see a slider, that's so difficult to handle. Look at that.
That's just a gross pitch out there from Maher.
That hop, skipped, and jumped into the mitt. Maher just now 1 strike away from the 1-2-3 inning. Pitch home, skips in there. Haley not willing to chase that time around as the count moves even at deuces. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the home half of the first. Ocean State Waves with a 1-0 lead over the Newport Gulls. 2-2. Up and in. Count ranges full. Newport seeking their first base runner of the ball game.
Even though Haley hasn't reached maybe the heights of his college season yet, he's someone who can get hot on a dime. He had a 5 home run week in March, and that got him National Player of the Week honors from several publications and committees.
Full pitch, full count pitch, I should say. Misses up above the eyes for ball 4. So Haley, the first base runner of the ball game for the Newport Gulls, hands things off to Brandon Larson, a dangerous power bat. We've seen him leave the yard here at Newport. 2 home runs to his name on the season. The other one coming up in Keene, New Hampshire, batting .308 on the year with a .654 slugging. First pitch in, misses down low.
Despite the great stuff on the mound from Maher, only appeared in 13 games this season for Northeastern University. Struck out 30 batters in those in his 38 1/3 innings, though.
Second pitch, back pick towards first, but Maddox Haley, maneuvering around the tag, finds a way back in safely, covered in the dirt. I mean, Cam Papetti really caught him napping there.
I had him dead to rights.
And you saw Cam Papetti started to run off. He thought he definitely had the runner down there at first, but just barely able to sneak that hand back in there. Maybe a Javi Baez type slide in there.
2-0. Larson taps it right side and foul. 10 hits through his first 30 at-bats. 3 doubles, 2 homers, 9 RBIs as well. Trying to draw Newport even. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Haley, the man off of first. The pitch home from Maher is lined right back up the middle, threw into center field for a base hit. Haley takes the turn, heading towards third. The throw in will be cut off. So men on the corners for Newport, not out of business just yet, as Caden Cloud will get his licks with 2 men on and 2 men out. Trying to tie things up, possibly even give Newport the lead now with the go-ahead run over at first.
How about the game Caden Cloud had on Wednesday night? He absolutely demolished the pitching of the Danbury Westerners. He was, what, 4 for 5?
Three for five, I believe. 3 for 5
yeah,
with
3 for 5
2
with
doubles and a single.
Yeah, and some nice plays at shortstop to boot.
And then backed it up yesterday with a 1 for 3 performance. That 1 hit being one of the 5 long balls on the evening. The 0-0, tapped left side over towards the third base coach Teddy Regan in foul. Caden Cloud, a .278 batting average, 4 home runs, second on the Newport roster, only trailing Ryan Novak, the man on deck, who had 2 long balls yesterday. It's funny, he's 5 on the year, but he's had two home run performances. First on the road against Danbury, then out at the Shark Tank against Martha's Vineyard.
A weird guy, you know, where you hit better on the road than you hit at home. A lot of these guys, some of these NECBL guys, starting to put that numbers together where, you know, they start hitting better on the road versus at their home yard.
And it's strange for Novak, too, since he was a Gull last season and had great success here at Guardians.
The 1-1, Cloud pops it up right side, but drifting foul and out of play for strike 2. So Newport causing some offensive pressure after Gus Gandy and Devin Zyrus went down back-to-back for outs 1 and 2. Haley worked on via the walk. Larson picked up a single. And now men on the corners with 2 outs, a 1-2 pitch underway from Cooper Maher. The righty kicks and deals. That one gets away to the backstop, but Haley will stay put at third. Larson advances to second, so another man in scoring position gets rid of the force out at second base as well.
And the dimensions of Guardians Field helping the Waves out early here. That was an easy extra base hit, an easy pass ball scored run if we're at Old Mountain Field.
Yeah,
Deuce is wild.
Rotten luck for Haley. That ball just went right back to the catcher Papetti.
Deuce is wild once again in the home half of the inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men in scoring position. The pitch home to Cloud. Got him at the knees. Cooper Maher, his first strikeout of the young performance, comes in a big moment. Newport leaves 2 men stranded as we head to the top of the second on ESPN+. We welcome you back for the top of the second in the great state of Rhode Island, the Pell Bridge Series between the Ocean State Waves and Newport Gulls. We have a special guest joining us for the top of the second, Lauren Fogarty, the RI-250 program coordinator. Thank you so much for joining us. I can speak for me and Gavin here, both being from upstate New York. Getting to enjoy our summer here in Rhode Island has been nothing short of tremendous, but we thank you for joining us once again, and we really want to just get into all the special things going on during the summer months, to celebrate Rhode Island's 250th year anniversary.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. You know, Rhode Island has such a pivotal piece of this American story, and we just want to showcase that. And what's more American than baseball? America's history, America's pastime. We really wanted to activate students across the state, children across the state through Little Leagues, softball leagues, and it certainly has culminated with this event tonight. Tomorrow we'll have an amazing event in downtown Providence, water fire, Rhode Island Philharmonic on the Rhode Island State House steps, and then of course all the fireworks and pomp and circumstance across the state.
Yeah, I know this is just kind of the start of the July 4th festivities here in Rhode Island as the first pitch misses upstairs. But is there anything that people should be looking out for over these next couple of days? I know you just mentioned some stuff going on tomorrow up in Providence.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a ton of events that are going on. Please check out our website, rhodeisland250.org, to engage with all the events that are happening in all 39 cities and towns, especially here in Newport. And we'll also be welcoming America's Tall Ship to Newport July 31st through August 3rd. And all Rhode Islanders are able to visit, jump on board, and kind of see what that whole program's like. It's going to be a really great summer. We're very excited to celebrate America's history.
A big swing and a miss from Papetti for strike 2.
And Claiborne Pell was such a big part of the the Pell Bridge series that we have here today, and really emphasized education as one of his big things. Is that something that you guys have been trying to highlight through this RI 250 program?
Yeah, absolutely. Claiborne Pell has amazing scholarships that have helped so many Rhode Island students go to college and really engage with our story, our history, and become active participants. Secretary Amore, who is the chair of the Rhode Island 250 Commission, is a former educator and athletic director, so this is really central to his program and his inspiration behind all of this. We have many resources on our website for teachers to engage with to help better inform Rhode Island students. So we invite them to
There's nothing quite like
visit.
a summer heat wave during the 4th weekend, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely.
Temperature definitely climbing up there today.
Certainly adding to it all.
Pitch home from Taylor. Foul back in and out of the mitt of Echeverria. Now we get to hop into the fun stuff, though. All right, we're gonna get your opinion on some of the 4th of July takes. You're at the barbecue. Are you going hot dog or hamburger?
Hot dog.
Hot dog, and what are we putting on it?
We're going all the works: ketchup, mustard, relish, and celery salt.
I like where your head's at.
Absolutely.
I like where your head's at. I had Ethan Poole put me onto the celery salt as Cam Papetti goes down swinging. He said the celery salt's the way to go when you're in Rhode Island. Have you been to Wally's Wieners down on Thames?
Of course, and we've also had the New York System Wieners in Providence and Oneyville.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, Wally's Wieners, shout out those guys. They have a banner out in right field, but
they sponsor tonight's game.
Yeah, and that place is my new go-to. What about you?
Sounds
Gavin?
like I gotta go find this out and go try this.
Dude, it's
this
about
out.
2 blocks that way. I mean, in between innings, if you're quick enough, you might be able to get down there. Do you go hot dog or hamburger?
I'm going hamburger all the way. I mean, you got to go with the hamburger, get some good mustard and ketchup on it, keep it simple.
There you go. Can't go wrong with that. Taylor works ahead 0-1. Second pitch to the lefty. Strike looking as well. Jack LaRose quickly falling behind. Taylor's been slicing batters left and right throughout the early innings of this one. 3 strikeouts to his name already. 4, I should say, as the 0-2 misses. So I heard a good take the other day. I think I got to agree with. If you don't see fireworks on the 4th, you can't count it. It's just, it didn't really happen.
I mean, that is inextricably combined.
Yeah.
4th of July fireworks. You can certainly see them at Fort Adams.
4th of July, and when it falls on a weekend like this, you got to get to the ballpark. You got to see some fireworks, and if you can get in a pool, you got to get in a pool one way or another. I mean, especially when it's 90 degrees like this. But I mean, I've really enjoyed Newport so far. I know Gavin's talked about how he's enjoyed the other side of the Pell Bridge and the beautiful weather, the beautiful beaches that this place has to offer. It's really an amazing state, I'll tell you guys that.
What's it been like working with the Senator's office to put on this RI 250 program this summer?
I mean, I've actually been working towards this for 3 years. So it's been a really long process, but it's amazing to kind of see it all come together. And Senator Reed obviously threw the first pitch today. Secretary Amore is a wonderful advocate for our students and for athletics across the state and engaging our youth. And it's just been a wonderful opportunity. I feel very honored to be in this role.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Gavin watches one on the outside. Gavin Marchese standing in. The second baseman, number 4. Trying to avoid Taylor striking out the side as he taps it foul left side. And I know you guys might say you can't be biased, but in a Rhode Island matchup like this, do you lead Gulls? Do you lead Waves?
I mean, personally, I'm from South Kingstown, so I'm going to go Waves all day.
There we go. I like to hear it. That's
sorry
a great
about
answer.
That. But, I mean, what would be the political answer? I'm just hoping everybody has fun,
Hoping everybody has fun.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely. But Newport is incredibly central to America's story with just William Ellery, one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, the French landing here and really leading to the end of the war. I mean, Newport and Rhode Island are very much central to this story, so it's just exciting to be here during such an important moment in our nation's history.
I mean, 250 years. Crazy. Crazy.
It's hard to believe, but certainly a lot of history to show for it over those years.
The 250 more, that's all I have to say.
Absolutely, here.
A big swing and a miss from Gavin Marchese for strike 3. Taylor goes strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. Lauren Fogarty, we thank you for joining us. Such a pleasure to have you here in the booth. We'll be back for the home half of the inning on ESPN Plus after this.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah. Mayweather with the defense. Moment I gotta keep going. I'm shaking the dice and I'm kicking and rolling. They already know.
We are the heartbeat of innovation. The ones who care for your heart as if it were our own. We are challengers who never settle. We are healers who turn fear into hope and the impossible into done. We are at the heart of this community, providing advanced, nationally recognized medicine. We are South Coast Health, Heart and Vascular.
Well, both these squads have crossed into the back half of the NECBL season. The Ocean State Waves 7-16, the Newport Gulls 14-8-1, 6-7-8. Due up for the Newport Gulls and Ryan Novak, Braxton Trammell, and Cade Brown. We take a quick look at the NECBL standings. Of course, both the Waves and Newport Gulls in the South Division. Newport 3 games back from the Martha's Vineyard Sharks, who stand atop the division, but the Ocean State Waves not as lucky. 7-16, they find themselves at the bottom, but with the new playoff format, the top team of each division is guaranteed the top 2 seeds in the NECBL playoffs, but the remaining 6 spots go to the best record regardless of division. So Ocean State obviously still playing for one of those playoff spots, just being towards the bottom of the South Division in a year where the South side could be heavy compared to the North. Doesn't count you out of postseason play. Ryan Novak now stands in. The lefty had 2 solo shots in yesterday's performance, trying to carry it over for the home crowd as he swings right through the high fastball for strike 1. Just a 196 batting average on the season. But a team lead 5 home runs, 13 RBIs, the 17 walks is what makes them so strong as well. He watches one just a tick outside.
And Novak's kind of become Mr. 3 true outcomes, at least for this team, because the 5 home runs, that's the most in the NECBL. He's walked 17 times, he's struck out 15 times.
Misses upstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike He really preaches having his patience at the plate and making pitchers come to him. It's actually kind of a surprise to see him hacking away first pitch.
You got to be feeling yourself after 2 home runs, though.
The 2-1 misses up and away. Both pitchers, Taylor and Maher, seem to be, when they're missing, it seems to be in the elevated part of the zone, above the letters of both squads. A favorable 3-1 hitters count coming into Ryan Novak. That misses up for ball 4, so right on cue. Another ball above the letters of Novak. Lets the leadoff man aboard for the Newport Gulls. Hands things off to Braxton Trammell, the third baseman.
A good pitch right on the corner there by Maher, but not good enough to keep the batter there in Novak. So a good job by Novak working that 5-pitch walk.
Novak off of first. Trammell swings through the inside breaking ball for strike 1.
Sitting fastball all the way there. He was way ahead of that curve.
Yeah, and especially when you have the 90-mile-per-hour fastball to work with if you're Maher, you really can use that pitch to pull the string on the batters.
The 0-1. Misses the low and away corner, so even at sticks.
And one of the incredible things about Maher is he had a great freshman season at Northeastern. If you know me, you know I love the CAA, the Coastal Athletic Association, the best conference in the country. But anyway, he was a CAA rookie. He only had 2 starts in the season. His first one was in the CAA championship game against Campbell. He went 5 2/3 and got the win to send Northeastern back to the NCAA tournament.
Got a Northeastern arm on Newport as well, and David McSweeney.
His second start, by the way, was against Arkansas in the NCAA tournament, and yeah, he was pretty good there too. 5 innings of 2-run ball.
The 2-1 upstairs again, and Maher now at danger of walking the first 2 leadoff man of the inning. A very young arm, 6 foot, 180 pounds. From Rhode Island himself. The 3-1. Trammell swings right through it as the count runs full. Trammell pinch hit yesterday in that game against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. 0 for 1. Payoff pitch. Home for Maher. Right down Broadway. Catches Trammell looking and collects the first out of the inning via the K. Cade Brown now back to the right side of the plate. After the switch hitter Trammell gets his chances.
Looks like just a great breaking ball there by Maher on the mound. Getting a little bit of break on that pitch.
Cade Brown, a .273 batting average. Swings through the fastball for strike 1. A .467 on base via the 13 walks that he's worked, second to only Ryan Novak. So both the experienced goals in Cade Brown and Ryan Novak, both being returners, have had some really strong plate discipline through the first half of the NECBL season.
And it helps to know the caliber of pitching you're going against, even though most of these guys are new arms compared to last season. They know what to expect to a degree at least.
Once again, swings through the high fastball, and that's been Maher's bread and butter. Attacking at the letters, and the Gulls haven't put great bat to ball just yet.
And he's got some great breaking balls, a curveball and a slider a changeup and a slider to work to here. So we'll see one of those pitches coming up.
And got him looking. Works on the outer third part of the plate, and Cade Brown just watches it fly right on by. So after the leadoff walk, back-to-back strikeouts against Trammell and Cade Brown, and at-bats that just didn't really seem all too competitive. But now Ernie Echeverria, the catcher out of Penn, gets his first chances. His Newport debut, what a day for it to come on. Rhode Island beginning the celebration of the 250th birthday of the state and country itself. Batted .270 this past college season.
First team All-Ivy this year.
Lines one right side, and coming on in to make the catch is Charlie Saul. Echevarria puts some good bat to ball, but comes up empty-handed. 1-0 Waves, top of the third up next on ESPN+. Top of the third, just moments away. Plashert, Ward, Molesky, 9-1-2 due up for Ocean State. Taylor, well, he's recorded 6 strikeouts for all 6 outs, but he has surrendered the 1 run off of 1 hit and a walk as well. There's us.
Oh.
There's you guys. Hey, everybody. Matt Clements running that roaming camera around Cardines Field.
I didn't see him for a sec. I had to look.
Ernie Echevarria, lined out to end the home half of the second. Suits back up to get behind the dish. Makes the throw down to the second base bag as the only man yet to see the plate so far here tonight, Zach Plashert. The lefty stands on him. We mentioned LaRose, Marchese, and Plashert. Back-to-back-to-back lefties at the bottom of the Ocean State lineup. Well, LaRose and Marchese both struck out their last time up. And Taylor has struck out 3 straight.
And it was Plashert last night who came up big for the Ocean State Waves, had an RBI single that really put them up to that 3-run lead that really allowed Bryant Yoke to come in and get that save.
First pitch fouled back from Plashert for strike 1.
He got a rare first pitch breaking ball, it looked like, from Old Taylor.
This is a Newport team that we know can rack up a lot of strikeouts. We saw 20 of them on Monday. Half of those courtesy of Maddox Miller out of Mississippi State. The 0-1 catches the zone, so quickly working ahead 0-2. And that's why we've seen the early success in terms of those strikeout numbers from Taylor. It's been getting to those 2-strike counts as quickly as possible. No balls, 2 strikes on the lefty Plashert. Taylor kicks and deals. And a cold strike 3 on the outer third. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out. As the lineup turns back over to the leadoff man, Blaze Ward, 88 miles per hour on the outside.
And that is textbook right there. Newport came in tonight with 267 strikeouts as a pitching staff on the season. That's just obscene. With how dominant some of these lineups can be in the NECBL. I'm not going to do the rough math in front of me, but that's just unbelievable when you look at, we're only halfway through the season.
First pitch in there for a strike.
And I think that first at-bat to Plashert where he saw 3 pitches and went down with a strikeout, that just shows you how dominant Will Taylor is on the mound against these lefties of the Ocean State Waves.
And misses outside, so guys, just about halfway through the immaculate inning. 4 pitches, 4 strikes, but it ends on the ball away.
It was fun to dream.
It was fun to dream for just a moment. Ward 0 for 1 today. Lines one left side. Gandy can't get it cleanly on the backhand, so Ward will reach first base safely. As Tommy Molesky will stand on in next. 0 for 0. He walked his first time up and later came in as the first run of the ball game on either side. Still only the only run on the scoreboard in a 1-0 game in favor of Ocean State. wasn't an easy play for Gus Gandy, but one I'm sure he wished he made, as that goes into the scorebook as an error. Lusky pops one up right side. Larson drifting backwards towards the edge of the outfield grass. Won't even have to completely get there as he wraps it in leather for out 2.
And back to the Gandy play for a second. It looked like he almost overran it. He made, he had to stop for a second to try to get his glove on it. You see the routine pop out there, but that's definitely one that Gandy has made a few times this year. Such a smooth defender in those middle infield spots.
Well, as we've gotten going, these stands have only gotten more and more crowded, it seems, especially down that left field line. First pitch up and in on Charlie Saul, 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. That pop out to Brandon Larson was the first out non-via the K for Ocean State so far here today. Taylor, a soft pickoff move towards the first base bag, but Ward back in standing up. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, and 1 man on. Ward does have some speed to him. We'll see if he takes off. Ocean State stole 2 bags in the top of the first inning, but Charlie Saul taps one foul to even the count up at 1s. Will Coleman on a hop. He pitched yesterday in Martha's Vineyard, his first Vineyard trip of the season. He wasn't there for the first time those 2 squads faced off, as Taylor just misses on the outside for ball 2. I'll tell you one thing he really loved, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Whether you're an island resident or planning a summer getaway, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Taylor picks off over towards first, but Ward once again standing up. Once again back in standing up. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Taylor looking back and forth, now delivers home as Saul pops it up, but over the grandstands and foul. Heard it bounce back into the street right towards the firehouse.
Harry, I knew that read was coming.
You could sense it.
As soon as you mentioned Vineyard, I was tempted to ask, and how to get there, Harry, but I knew you had a better way to segue it.
Deuce is wild. It was a fun trip. Of course, the Gulls came up empty-handed, and a pickoff move, and Blaze Ward is caught trying to nab second, and an easy throw over to Gus Gandy gets the leadoff man. Caught him between first and second for out number 3. Gulls trail by 1, but try and scratch it back in the home half of the 3rd. More to come on ESPN+.
What makes a great team hat? It starts with a Z. For decades, Zephyr has been making the most iconic headwear in the game, trusted by teams, colleges, and pros. We cut out the middlemen and work directly with our manufacturers, so you get top quality, fast turnaround, and prices that make sense. From bold designs to unbeatable fit, Zephyr hats are built to match the quality of your team, right down to the last stitch. Zephyr Team Headwear, born from experience, built for teams that stand out.
Welcome back to Cardines. I'm Veronica Borelli, and while Rhode Island is the smallest state, it is home to one of the biggest rivalries in the NECBL. The Waves and the Gulls are currently 1-1 in the Pell Bridge series. We'll see who comes out on top. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Veronica. As we gear up for the bottom of the 3rd, the top of the order due up for Newport, and Gus Gandy, Devin Zyrus, and Maddox Haley. Gandy and Devin Zyrus put some really strong bat to ball their first time up, but both came up empty-handed as Newport only has the 1 hit on the evening, that courtesy of Brandon Larson. Still no runs to their name as they trail the Ocean State Waves 1-0. We've seen a lot of scoring through the first 2 games of this series, but through these early innings, gearing up to possibly be a pitcher's duel. Newport had 12 runs in the first contest, 9 the second time around. The Ocean State Waves 16. They only scored 3 when these teams faced off last week, but did create a lot of offensive chances.
And there's just two really powerful arms out there on the mound for both squads, and Cooper Maher and Will Taylor both just filling up the strike zone, really making it tough for these guys to get good swings on the ball.
Well, Taylor's already surpassed his strikeout total from last week with 7 Ks as Gandy shoots one down the left field line and fair. Gandy rounds first, digging in for 2. He's in standing up. A leadoff double on the very first pitch from Gus Gandy puts Newport in business in the bottom of the 3rd.
And that's a great piece of pull hitting from Gus Gandy. He was sitting fastball. You could see it in the swing. You see it again there. Kind of off balance, one-handed finish. He was able to adapt because he saw he was getting something a little more off speed. He was able to deposit it down the left field line. That's textbook there from number 5.
And it's hard to beat number 5 Gus Gandy at the top of the zone because he's really quick with his hands, and we've seen it a number of times this season. He gets those hands out in front and just flicks one right down the left field line like we just saw. Gets some power behind it as well, especially when you consider the smaller sized frame on the shortstop. The first pitch into Zyrus catches the outside, but still just such a powerful swing. That one hopping to the wall. No balls, 1 strike. In on the center fielder, Zyrus. We've seen him all across the outfield grass so far this week. Quite literally, he's played left, center, and right. And swings through strike 2.
And now here's the even bigger part. Maher going to have to work through the top part of the lineup with nobody out and a runner on second. That's going to be a tall task for Maher to keep that runner at second.
Well, a good chance to respond against the dangerous bat, Zyrus. Up 0-2, but Zyrus shoots one the other way. Plasher working back, and Gandy won't be able to tag on the short throw over to 3rd. So a loud first out as Devin Zyrus comes up empty-handed for the 2nd time here today. Similar to the way that he's played all 3 positions in the outfield. He's flown out to deep center, flown out to deep left. We'll see if his 3rd time up he yanks one down the right field line. Maddox Haley, who walked his first time up, now stands on in. Walked on 6 pitches to be exact after working the count full.
Put on a really nice at-bat.
Righty on righty. The first pitch home from Maher. Upstairs, ball 1.
And Haley's someone who's had to work his way into higher and higher level college baseball. He started at San Diego State, only appeared in 23 games there in 2023. And then went to Southwestern and just raked at .416, 14 bombs, and now one of the premier players in the WCC for the Zags.
The 1-0 home to Haley almost catches him. In fact, it looks like it might have got him on the jersey. So Haley works his way aboard for the 2nd time here today, this time via the hit-by pitch, and puts 2 men on base for Brandon Larson, who collected Newport's first hit of the evening on a single right back up the middle, but the Waves pitching staff is going to want to have a quick meeting on the mound before facing the dangerous cleanup man.
That'll be Mason Fioli out there trying to slow down the new Duke commit out there on the mound, and Cooper Maher, who's had a really good start through the first 2 innings and really running into some trouble here with his command early in this inning.
And only one out, and that one out was allowed out. It was driven pretty well into left field, and the walk and a double rip down the left field line. It's not really encouraging for Maher, but again, he's someone who, we've seen it in Northeastern. He's someone that can work in and out of trouble really, really nicely.
Of course, with Maher having the goose egg on the scoreboard, he's clearly doing something well, but if there's one critique, it is that those strike numbers currently sitting around a 50% strike rate. You look at Will Taylor, that number up towards 68% strikes. He now faces Brandon Larson, already 1 hit on the day for the tall left-hander. But the first pitch catches the outer part of the zone for strike 1. And that's really the only solution to working against such a pull-heavy power hitter like Brandon Larson. Yes, we have seen him go the other way a couple of times, but majority likes to work in the right center field gap. So you kind of have to work away on him and dig at the knees because he has such a large frame. Sometimes you can steal a couple calls there, but when you're bouncing it in the dirt, you're not going to get it as Maher moves the count to even. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Papetti's done a good job, too, today behind the dish, knocking some baseballs down and keeping some runners from scoring.
2 men on with just 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike. Maher looks back at second, back and forth, now home. And Larson goes swinging down low, comes up empty-handed. So the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Caden Cloud, the man on deck. He had an RBI opportunity with 2 men in scoring position his first time up, but came up empty-handed. I'm sure he'd love his chance at redemption. The 1-2 inside, almost catching Larson. Almost back-to-back hit by pitches from Cooper Maher, but instead a 2-2 count with 1 out and 2 men aboard.
He's showing the risks of liking to work inside.
The 2-2. Fly ball in a deep center field. Molesky working back with room will make the catch. Gandy gives a little effort towards third, but will put on the brakes and retreat back to the bag. Not quite deep enough to advance Gandy the 90 feet.
Especially with the center fielder out there, Molesky, his arm, he's got a solid arm out there. Has played center field almost every game for this Ocean State Waves team, so a guy who's got some experience out there.
So Caden Cloud digs back in, trying to pick up some more RBIs just like he did on Wednesday and last night as well. Struck out his first time up.
And you saw Novak there on deck. Boy, would he love to get an RBI chance.
Cloud grounds one left side, threw into left field for a base hit. Gandy rounds third. The throw to the plate, offline. Newport draws even in the home half of the third. Caden Cloud with an RBI single.
Caden Cloud is so smooth in that right-handed batter's box. He looked comfortable, just drove it right into left field, not doing too much. That's what Caden Cloud does. He is a pure hitter. We saw it Wednesday night, we saw it last night with the bomb, and we saw it right there with that game-tying hit.
Yeah, and Maher just left that pitch way too over the heart of the plate and gave a good chance for Cloud to make a good barrel on that ball, and that's exactly what Cloud did.
Yeah, not a pitch that Cloud even had to do all too much with. He was a little early on it, rolled it over, but found the gap in between LaRose and Ward on the left side as Novak now digs in and watches ball 1 above the letters. So Newport now knotting things up at ones, but a chance to take the lead with 2 outs, 2 men aboard, and a dangerous RBI threat in Ryan Novak at the plate. 1 out. Below the knees, so first pitch just up, second pitch just low, and a hitter's count to number 31, Ryan Novak.
And this feels like Novak's moment. 2-0 count with 2 out. There's no reason that Maher would want to walk the bases loaded here. He's going to get something to hit.
Trying to give the Cardines crowd some more to cheer for. A big swing as he fouls it backwards for strike 1. I'll tell you, Will Coleman's been on foul ball duty all evening long, and we're going to need to get the numbers after the game because he's been really quick getting to the backstop.
Yeah, that's been Zane Stahl at times this year, too. He's animated when he tries to go after those fouls.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And upstairs for ball 3. We talk about interstate rivalries, Louisville and Kentucky.
Yeah.
But here in Rhode Island, it's the Ocean State Waves and the Newport Gulls battling it out on July 3rd. A blistering day here in Newport, just under 90 degrees. The 3-1, home to 3-1. Novak watches it at the top of the zone for strike 2, so the count now full. We'll see a head start for Maddox Haley and Caden Cloud on the delivery. 2 men on, 2 men out. A 3-2 count. The payoff pitch just moments away. Maher kicks and deals. Novak lines one into right center field. This should be good for extra bases. Haley will score with ease. Cloud gets the wave. He's in there, making a 2 RBI double for Ryan Novak. Newport out in front.
He's an RBI machine, extra base hit machine. What more can you say about Ryan Novak? He loves to pull that ball either down the right field line or into that right center field gap. He did it again there. We see it again. That's not an easy pitch to hit. Low outside corner. Had to do a great job to pull it and turn that around.
Just an effortless swing, though, and that ball jumped off of the bat. 95-mile-per-hour exit velo.
Not even that bad of a pitch from Maher on the mound. Missed the zone entirely, but just an even better job by Novak to go down and get it.
Trammell sends a fly ball the other way. Tracking black is Plashert at the wall with just enough room. Makes the catch for out number 3. But a 2-out rally from the Gulls. Caden Cloud and Ryan Novak give Newport a 3-1 lead as we head into the middle innings on ESPN+.
So after the big inning for the Newport Gulls, they lead this one 3-1 now against the Ocean State Waves, who look to do some more damage against Will Taylor. They've only gotten 1 earned run against him, and he's punched 7 tickets of these Waves batters. Has had a great start out there on the mound against the Waves.
Yeah, he really has been tremendous up to this point. The Ocean State Waves in the first inning, they just did a good job of getting a man on base and showing aggressiveness, and also the timely hitting, finding holes in the infield and pushing it through to the outfield grass. And they just have to find a way to keep creating that offensive consistency. Similar to last time, we saw them put up 3 runs in the first 3 innings and then scoreless in the back 6. That can't happen again tonight.
So we'll see if the Waves can bounce back here after giving up the 3 spot. The bats have gone quiet the last 2 innings, and first pitch from Taylor misses on the outside half.
Taylor's just been a strikeout machine already. Exactly what we expected him to be. 7 strikeouts, moves his season total up to 34.
Soul fouls this one away to even it up at 1-1. A good job tonight by Taylor, really doing a good job to get ahead of these Ocean State batters, and that really allows him to use the entire repertoire, and he's done it. He's used the fastball as his strikeout pitch as well as the breaking balls. Comes home, gets a swing and a miss on the fastball this time. Or rather, one of the breaking balls that Soul swings through.
Well, the last time we were home here in Newport, we had Luca Mucciardi with us, who I know, I'm sure you've called the game with him. He knows a lot about soccer. I frankly do not, but I know that Cape Verde and Argentina being tied up at 1s is quite insane right now.
Another punch ticket by Will Taylor. Charlie Soul watches one on the outside corner, a fastball, and he'll be the first one sat down.
A really good pitch working at that top part of the zone from Taylor, and continuing to fan Waves batters each and every way. He just seems to be in his complete mojo of things at this point.
He's got another tough assignment. The top of this Waves lineup is so good. Max Farrell, again, one of the best young players in college baseball. First team All-Mountain West as a freshman is absolutely unbelievable.
Taylor comes home and on the second pitch misses again and draws it to a 2-0 count now.
Farrell has the 1 hit, the 1 RBI on the day for Ocean State. Of course, batting in that leadoff spot and in that cleanup spot, you expect him to contribute to the offensive production, but they need him to come through again here.
2-0, gets a swing though from Max Farrell as Will Taylor went right into the strike zone with the fastball there.
Yeah, I do think you need to shorten up the sights a little bit when you're up 2-0 though. That wasn't a pitch I think Farrell could do much with, especially with the fact that he couldn't get the hands out in front.
Taylor comes home this one inside, and it draws it to a hitter's count now, again 3-1.
It's not common to see Taylor lose hitters to 2-0, lose them to 3-1. So very interested to see how he goes here because the fastball hasn't been kind of doing what he wants in this at-bat. Been missing all over.
8 strikeouts already tonight for Will Taylor. Can he battle back? He gets a fastball over the plate to make it a full count.
That top part of the zone, Cooper Maher and Will Taylor are very similar arms. I mean, of course, throwing from different sides of the plate, but they love attacking that top third.
Popped up in the air by Farrell, and it'll be collected by the first baseman Larson for the second out of the inning. So after a 3-1 count rather to Max Farrell, a good job by Will Taylor on the mound to draw the out though.
Yeah, working his way back and just putting pressure on the Ocean State batters. Obviously, throughout most of the course tonight, he's done a really good job of getting to 2 strikes as quickly as possible. But even in that scenario, he finds a way to battle back after falling behind 3-1. You can see Coach Teddy Regan making some defensive adjustments, trying to shift around the left side of the infield.
This ball game nowhere near over. Just 2 runs separate these two teams. And a good bat up here, and Gabe Milano trying to start things off with 2 away. Second pitch in there, swung on, and it's quickly an 0-2 count to Gabe Milano.
Completely fooled him, just an off-balance swing. And right what I was just talking about, Taylor's done such a good job of getting ahead on these Ocean State batters.
0-2, Taylor working quick, comes home and draws a foul ball out of Gabe Milano. Milano just trying to protect up there at the dish.
Yeah, looked off balance again there, and it's never a good sign when you see that head yank a little bit, down the line as they swing. It's typically a sign that they were fooled. The batter was fooled, that is, and we were lucky to get contact.
Milano trying to work through and keep the fight going on the 0-2 pitch. It comes home, and does it clip the corner? Yes, it does. Punch out number 9 for Will Taylor on the mound. The Newport Gulls still lead this one 3-1 as we head to break on NECBL Plus.
Most people spend their time trying to fit in. Not me. I want to be all in. I want to be in too deep, in the moment, in the center of it all, in the room where it happens. In it to make a difference every single moment of every single day. So grit your teeth and smile. Be ready to take on adversity. Be ready to transform the world. Ready for whatever life has in store. So, you in?
The motoring event of the year returns. The All Dream Newport Concours and Motor Week, October 1st through 4th. Witness breathtaking automobiles against a stunning backdrop of coastline and historic venues. From celebrated events like the Gathering and Concours d'Elegance to the all-new Supercar and Hypercar Concours, and free access to the Concours Village. There's something for all to enjoy. Join us in our chair Jay Leno in celebrating automotive excellence, luxury, and community. Tickets on sale.
Welcome back to Cardines Field here in Newport, Rhode Island, where it'll be a new arm there out on the mound for the Ocean State Waves. It'll be Dylan McCarthy making his 5th appearance of the season. He's gone 6 1/3 innings, striking out 9 batters, but a guy who hasn't pitched since June 18th against this Gulls squad at home in that win, the 16-12 win at home, where he went 1 inning, giving up 2 earned runs while striking out 2 on only 1 hit. So a guy who has pitched well for the Ocean State Waves this season and trying to carry it on into this inning to keep it close.
Well, you take a look at the final line for Maher. 3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs off 4 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. But things just really kind of unraveled during that 3rd inning of work that he was out there, allowed all 3 runs among those 3 outs. And we'll see if Dylan McCarthy can settle things down, bring things back in. After that, I think he might have just crossed up his catcher, though, Campapetti, during the warm-up pitch.
Got one right off the knee. Papetti couldn't even grab the ball back from the umpire.
Oh, right off the knee. Okay, I thought I hit him on the mask for a second. I just heard it hit something.
Might have gotten a pan.
He appears to be okay. Look at the stat line for McCarthy here, 1-0 on the season, a 4.26 ERA with opposing batters just 2.59 against him, but hasn't pitched since that big Newport win to open up the Pellbridge series, and looking to shake off some rust here and try and keep this Waves team in this ball game and keep them close. But Petty was talking to him before the game, and he was saying how the preparation for games like this, for these hot day games, are, it always starts days in advance. He goes, it's about getting those electrolytes, getting the salts, the extra beverages, the extra waters in your system early on. He goes, if you're trying to rely on that the day of, you're not going to be able to get hydrated enough for these hot games.
Seriously. I mean, even in the booth, my mom was calling me, telling me to drink water a few days ago. Shout out, Mom.
A scorcher still 88 degrees here.
Whew. Yeah, they said they wasn't going to cool off until like 8 o'clock, so we got like 20 minutes to go. Maybe we'll get a little bit cooler.
Yeah, I think this is retribution for all of us. This awful winter, saying, "Oh, I can't wait for summer." No, in those 3-degree days where we're getting a foot of snow.
I mean,
this is still better, but I don't love it.
You don't. I mean, you go to Hofstroy, so of course you guys get some snow, but like
we got
St. Bonaventure and Syracuse.
Oh Lord,
come on! You can't be going against those two schools.
How much did you guys get?
Syracuse actually got a lot while we were gone. They got like 6 feet of snow while we were gone for winter break.
Lord.
See, we got a ton. There was like a 1 month stretch over November where we got a ton, and then we really didn't get too much over the rest of the winter.
Here's a fun trivia question. Syracuse had a snow day this winter. Do you want to guess what snow day number it was in the school's history? I don't know when the university was founded, but over 100 years.
I mean, if you're asking me this question, I feel like it's got to be number 1, right?
Number 5.
Wow. All right.
And this was like the lowest amount of snow we had to get one. It was like 4.5 feet in 12 hours. It's insane.
That's all?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we got the big blizzard in February at Hofstra, we had about 3 feet, maybe a little less, which was, I mean, for a small school on Long Island, that's just destructive. But here it was even worse.
2-1 count. McCarthy falls behind to leadoff man Cade Brown. And Brown now helps out McCarthy, even things up as he fouls this one into the Stadionic netting.
And Brown looked quite off balance in that first at-bat where he struck out. I just was guessing wrong, was sitting fastball on a couple breaking pitches. It looks a little more comfortable right now.
McCarthy, 12 walks, but also 12 strikeouts as he comes home, gets a grounder over to Jack LaRose. LaRose trying to fire over to first, going to be a bang-bang play, but he is called out. A nice play by the shortstop, or the third baseman rather, in Jack LaRose.
And Brown's always going to make it close down the first base line, especially on a ball that he pulls to the left side of the infield. So nice quick thinking and a nice quick throw there to get him out with about a foot to spare.
The number 9 hole hitter, Ernie Echevarria, stepping up to the dish. Going to try to be the first guy to make some damage against Dylan McCarthy here with one away. A solid performance from Cooper Waddle, but gave up the 3 innings in his last inning of work as the first one bounced in there by McCarthy.
And going through McCarthy's pages in his story, one of my favorite things is his favorite athlete is listed as Rick Porcello. First of all, that's a ball knower, and listing Rick Porcello as your favorite athlete. But second of all, yesterday was the 8-year anniversary of his famous 3-run double at Nationals Park, which is something that gets posted every year. So a day late, but he's starting on a 2-day radius of one of the best moments of his favorite athlete's career.
McCarthy comes home with a strike in this time and evens it up at 1-1.
Yeah, and Newport's going to definitely need to garner more run support through these middle innings. During that 9-game win streak, that's what they did best. They never took the foot off the pedal, but last night they got the 4 runs on the board early, but then the offense just kind of fell asleep, and that was the curse in that 9-5 loss.
Fouled away by Echevarria this time, and McCarthy with a chance to sit him down here on the 1-2 again. Went with the breaking ball this time. Maybe we'll see the fastball this time against Echevarria as McCarthy looks for the strikeout. Comes home and just misses with the fastball on the outside edge.
Echevarria shot a good ball the other way his first time up. Trying to get on base for the first time in his Gulls career, Newport career.
2-2 comes home and gets a swing and a miss by Ernie Echevarria, and a good job by Dylan McCarthy to pick up his first strikeout of the night.
Yeah, works the top part of the zone and gets Echeverria to chase. Comes up empty-handed, but the batting order turns over to that dangerous bat, Gus Gandy, who got the party started in the bottom of the third with that double off the left field wall. Ended up being the first run to come in and score on the Newport side of things out of the eventual 3 for the half inning.
As the walk-up song says, say my name, as Gus Gandy will step up now.
Quite the name to say. It's a catchy one.
Yeah.
And Gus knows this. It's instantly become a favorite among the interns, his walk-up song. And he's such a...
It's catchy. It's a catchy walk-up song.
All these guys, I'm sure you can speak the same, Gavin, like traveling with them and getting to know them. They're just regular people.
And they're all hilarious. Like,
yeah,
they all have like
so
funny quirks. It's the best.
Yeah.
McCarthy comes home, and Gandy jumps on this one, but he's going to hit it just too hard, and it'll find the back of the leather of Tommy Maluski out there in center field. So the Newport Gulls go 1-2-3 after a big inning in the third, as we will come back on ESPN Plus for the Waves half of the offense. Back here at Cardines Field, Gavin Watson joined alongside Harry Tidgewell and Evan as well down there on the third seat. There'll be a new arm out there for the Newport Gulls, Will Allen. And tell me a little bit more about him, Harry.
Yeah, I guess you could say that Newport's trying to will their way to victory, one will to another. Will Allen out of the University of Southern Florida, 7.56 ERA across his 8 1/3 innings of work so far this season. He's given up just 3 earned runs off of 8 hits, 3 walks to 10 strikeouts, a .267 batting averaged against. He last pitched against Keene back on June 23rd, went 3 innings in that contest. Newport gave up just 3 hits against the Swamp Bats, one of the top teams in the North Division, the reigning NECBL champs, and trying to hold on to this 2-run lead here tonight.
And head coach Mike Coombs going to the bullpen, trying to push the right buttons at the right time and try to keep this game in control for the Newport Gulls as the Waves. It'll be Cam Papetti, Jack LaRose, and Gavin Marchese to lead things off. Their last time up, all 3 of them went down via the strikeout from Will Taylor.
Yeah, you look at Taylor's final line, 4 innings pitched, allowed just the 1 earned run that came in the top of the first inning off of 1 hit, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts, challenging that 10 spot that Maddox Miller set earlier this week. We'll see if Will Allen can keep pushing that strikeout number upwards.
It's always tough as a pitcher because you always want to go 5, you always want to get that win, but Will Taylor was nearly flawless tonight. Dominant performance to shut down Ocean State for the first 4 innings. But last night, Parker Rhodes went 4 innings. He gave up 2 runs in the 4th, but he still held Martha's Vineyard relatively in check. We saw what happened at the end of that game.
I'll be real. Cape Verde just definitely got away with a handball in the box.
And their own or Argentina's?
Their own.
Oh.
Papetti looked like he almost got one on the elbow there, but it'll run to 1-1. The USF man out there on the mound, Will Allen, coming in trying to continue the work that Will Taylor started here. And Papetti trying to start things off, only 1 RBI, and he's going to do it. A base hit for Cam Papetti. A good job by the catcher there to get things going in this 5th inning.
Yeah, just a pitch that he was able to turn on and scoots it right past Gus Gandy to his left. a quick first hit for the Ocean State Waves in the top of the 5th as they try and at least cut this 2-run deficit in half as soon as possible.
So it'll be the lefty LaRose stepping up, going to face off against a righty this time. Check swing, but no said the home plate umpire, so it'll draw 1-0.
LaRose and Ma, the starting pitcher for Ocean State, went to the same high school, Bishop Hendricken in Warwick, Rhode Island, so about a half-hour drive from here. And both heading into their sophomore years, they were certainly teammates, so it must be cool to reunite at this level.
Gotta be cool to play some Summer League baseball together as a strike on the outside corner delivered in there from Allen to LaRose.
LaRose continuing the Big East tradition. His dad played baseball at Providence College before PC shut down their baseball program, so playing at UConn.
And then even after playing at UConn, deciding this year going to go to play at the University of Rhode Island, so playing a little bit closer to home again.
Yep, so going from continuing the Big East tradition to continuing the Rhode Island College baseball tradition.
Joining the 8-10 as Jack LaRose lines this one over to the first baseman Larson, and Cam Papetti is going to be stranded over there at first base. An easy double play for Larson over there at first.
Yeah, it doesn't get much easier than that. Papetti started to move the feet a little too early, and Larson just gets to walk back over to the first base bag, a rewarding double play, and we'll see if that helps Allen settle in. It's been back-to-back hard-hit balls from the Ocean State Wave squad, but after picking up that much-needed double play, maybe he can find an easier out against Marchese.
Marchese, guy who's always fired up to be in the lineup, excited to be back in it tonight. And in a big series here against the Gulls, as he watches a breaking ball on the outside, and he's quickly behind 0-2 to Will Allen.
Looks like Allen's settling in a little bit. He's looked very comfortable these first 2 pitches.
Allen trying to get out of the inning in a 1-2-3 fashion, and he misses upstairs, trying to induce the swing and miss from Marchese on the mound.
Trying to find the 10th strikeout of the game if you're the Newport pitching staff. Team that sits atop the entire NECBL.
They sit down the line for Gavin Marchese, and that double play is going to come up costly as Gavin Marchese rounds first and heads to second, and he'll be in there with a stand-up 2-out double to start off the inning for the Ocean State Waves.
Yeah, if you're Ocean State Waves, you're kicking yourself that if you're Cam Papetti, you got doubled up over at first because, well, they very well could have scored on that base hit, as Marchese just rips it right down the left field line, almost the automatic double. Had it gone into the bullpen, but instead kicks off the wall. Yeah. Ends in the same result nonetheless.
I saw the plate umpire motion like it was a dead ball, but the base umpires didn't do so. So I wonder how that might be scored. But either way, whether he would have scored or not, run around second with 2 outs is a lot different than, yeah, it is a ground rule double, a lot different than second and third with 1 out.
Yeah, it would have been big if that runner from Papetti was on base. Could have had a chance to score. As now we're going to have a conversation between Echeverria and Allen on the mound, and maybe just trying to settle things down after giving up the double and giving up a early ball to Zach Plasher, who steps up.
Yeah, a couple of quick words, and I think just trying to get Allen out of this inning. Hasn't exactly been his best work, but sometimes it takes pitchers just an inning or two to settle in. And if he could find a way to get out of this inning unscathed, I think that's exactly what you're looking for if you're the Newport Gulls.
The 1-0 misses outside, and it'll bring it to 2-0 for Plasher.
And Harry, beyond that, you find out what a pitcher's made of when they don't have their best stuff, when they're laboring through innings. If they can, gut through that and maybe not have their best numbers, but still put up respectable performances, that says a lot about a guy's guts.
2-0, and Plasher swings through the fastball right down the top of the part of the zone. Plasher, the guy like we mentioned earlier in the game earlier today, had that big hit last night, an RBI single in the 8th inning, and that helped this Ocean State Waves team and propelled them to that win last night, as this one inside called a strike, and The count quickly draws even 2-2. A good job by Allen to battle back.
Yeah, the ability to change the eye level of a guy like Plashert. First work up in the zone and then find something to attack him with at the knees.
So where will Allen go on the 0-2 or the 2-2 pitch here with 2 away? Comes home fastball, and this one down the line, but foul. A good piece of bat collected there from Zach Plashert, but just about 20 feet foul down that line. If you could have kept that one fair, it's extra bases at least, and would have made it a 3-2 game here from Cardines Field.
Yeah, just a tick too early on it.
So Plashert going to have to battle back in the 2-2 count, and he swings and misses. Will Allen picks up his first strikeout of the night against Zach Plashert to finish off the top part of the 5th inning. When we come back, the Newport Gulls will be back to work on the offensive end on ESPN+.
Stadionic's primary goal is to maximize fan safety and amplify the fan experience so that you or your client get exactly what you envision.
Welcome into beautiful Chapel Hill, North Carolina. It's downright gorgeous.
So after just 1 inning from Dylan McCarthy, it'll be a new man out of the mound from Vieira, Florida. Brennan Confreda will take over for his 8th appearance of the season, holding an 0-3 record so far this season. Over 13 1/3 innings with only 8 strikeouts. But a guy who's been a reliable arm and a guy who's come into big games. The last time he came in, it was a 2-run ball game against the Danbury Westerners. Went 2 2/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, no runs, and 1 strikeout. So a guy that head coach Jalen Borders is hoping can keep this ball game close just like McCarthy did an inning ago.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see just 1 inning of work out of McCarthy, especially a 1-2-3 inning, but maybe that was just the setup before turning it over to the left-hander.
It feels like any time these two teams face off that it's a 1-40 man roster, that everybody's available, everybody's ready to go in these ball games, and almost a Johnny Holstaff type of day for the Ocean State Waves and the Newport Gulls. Just if a guy isn't going to be giving you the stuff you need, they're going to be trying to change arms, especially given the heat on the day-to-day.
Yeah, given the heat and given the importance of this game, especially for Ocean State, obviously every game is important for the Gulls. They're not only gunning to stay in a playoff spot, they're gunning for Martha's Vineyard, and they lost some ground last night losing to the Sharks. So this feels like a playoff game, not just because of the stakes, not just because of how much these teams hate each other, but because the place is packed. It feels like August. It's boiling hot right now. So all hands are on deck right now.
So it'll be the man from Florida out there on the mound going to face off against the second hitter in this lineup for Newport, Devin Zyrus. Zyrus 0 for 2 today, but both times were flyouts.
Yeah, you're not used to seeing 0 for a guy like Devin Zyrus. You mentioned the .371 batting average entering today. Gets on base over half the time.
And out there in right field right now, there's a goal actually helping the Waves play defense out there.
There's been an uptick in goals appearances at the field as of late.
Yeah, but someone's got to tell an umpire that can't be regulation having 4 outfielders.
Pitch comes home, and Confreda draws the swing and the miss, and it draws it to 1-1. Bird's still just chilling out there. Marchese's pointed to it, kind of looking back at it, the second baseman for the Waves. Confreda comes home, this time a breaking ball, but it's fouled away by Zyrus, and he falls behind against the big lefty on the mound.
Yeah, just a little too far in front, rolled that one over, but gets the other chance by pushing it foul right side. Noah Martinez, the first base coach, assistant hitting coach for the Newport Gulls. Played on the 2022 team with Joshua Kuroda-Grauer, who just made his MLB debut with the Athletics earlier this week, I should say.
Confreda misses, drawing it to 2-2 now. Trying to make a great play down that line. Did Martinez. 2-2, Confreda trying to start this inning off right, and instead will start off with a full count here for Zyrus.
Yeah, and after getting ahead in the count early, you don't want to issue a free pass to a speedy guy like Zyrus, especially with the heart of the order coming up for Newport, a part of the order that's already done damage here tonight.
Comes home with a breaking ball upstairs, and it's swatted away by Zyrus.
And Zyrus knew he should have absolutely launched that one. He kind of flicked his bat in aggravation before stepping back into the box. A hanging breaking ball, that is something Zyrus should be parking outside of this ballpark.
A full count presents itself to Zyrus, and it's right down the middle, right at the knees of Zyrus. And a called strike 3 right on the edge.
Took a couple of steps over towards first, but rung up behind the plate. And an 0 for 3 days so far for Devin Zyrus. We've seen him hit the ball hard in those first 2 at-bats and just missed on a couple of swings that time around, but still 0 for 3 on the day.
Just the 5th strikeout tonight in total for the Newport Gulls, doing a good job of avoiding the swing and miss stuff. Confreda comes home, and it's bounced into the leg of the home plate umpire, Aaron Brown.
You see that great shot. Well, now you see the shot of Will Coleman putting his hands up in the air, but there was a great shot of the Guardians Field sign outside.
Maddox Haley's done a tremendous job of just working ways on base.
Confreda comes home and misses on the outside half. Marking it at sticks here now. Haley came around all the way around to third after he walked and then scored when he was hit by a pitch. Confreda comes home. This one swatted out towards the second baseman, and Marchese takes a couple of steps back and picks up the second out of the inning for the Ocean State Waves.
Yeah, a pitch that Haley just didn't really get a whole lot of. Caught it off the very end of the bat, a little bit off balanced, and just a soft out number 2 as Marchese goes ranging back to make the catch.
And a great pitch there on the mound from Confreda to just spot up a nice breaking ball there. So that'll bring up Brandon Larson, the first baseman, coming off a great unassisted double play. Steps up and watches one over the heart of the plate for 1-0.
And Larson's brought such stability not only in the heart of this lineup, but at the first base position. He plays it very comfortably.
Called strike in there now to Larson.
Larson collected a hit his first time up. Second time not so lucky, 1 for 2 on the day.
Larson trying to increase that .333 batting average right here as Papetti tries to buy his pitcher a call on the outside corner there. But unfortunately can't get it, so the count will go to 2-1 now.
That was pretty close to the pitch that rung Zyrus up.
Confreda trying to work back on the 2-1, gets a fastball, but it just misses the zone there. And it'll make it even it'll make it a 3-1 count now to the big 4-hole hitter Brandon Larson.
You don't want to be forced to pitch into his wheelhouse or have the cleanup man expecting fastball.
3-1, and it's a strike there from Confreda. Just had to come in the zone, but a little bit risky to go right in the zone against a guy like this in Larson.
Yeah, but a very similar pitch to what we saw, what was clicking for Will Taylor earlier, which was that lefty fastball coming across the plate.
Confreda comes home right on the outside edge, but it'll be ball 4 drawn by Brandon Larson.
Very patient at bat from Larson. No, a strike 2 pitch. No, it was a very good pitch, but he knew, I've got one more. I'm not going to potentially pop out or ground out or foul out. I'm going to just let that one go by. And he got a pretty similar pitch, just a bit further outside, and he spat on that one again, and now he's on first base.
So it'll be Caden Cloud stepping up now. 1 for 2 today, singled and came around to score on that one, and going to try to pick up an RBI here with a runner on here with 2 away as Confreda delivers home. One right back to the mound. A good glove stop by Confreda, and he'll flip it over to first to finish the inning. So a good job to pitch around that walk by Brennan Confreda as things stay 3-1 here on ESPN+. Will Allen back on the mound here from Cardines Field.
Look at that. Sorka Lewis, our producer, her family in town for the 4th weekend. I believe her dad is celebrating his birthday tomorrow, and it's the parents' anniversary on July 5th. So
I mean, what a
congratulations to you guys. What a weekend for them. Great time to be here at the ballpark. Big Nationals fans. You saw Mr. Lewis sporting the hat.
You just missed it. They were up in just up in Boston just this beginning of the week, so maybe got to stop up there and see some of those ball games.
Yeah, controversially.
A controversial game nonetheless on that Tuesday game, and it'll be Will Allen out there again on the mound. No controversy about that in any sense. Has pitched pretty well against the Ocean State Waves. Gave up a double to Gavin Marchese, but that was the only damage that he really gave up in that inning. So it'll be the top of the order and Blaze Ward to lead things off. And Ward, a guy who prides himself in early in the games trying to draw the counts deep and watch pitches so his guys can see more pitches. But then as the game progresses, he starts to like to just hop on these first pitches that he sees over the plate.
And Will Allen gave up a couple hard pieces of contact in his first inning of work.
Allen got that one right off the end of the bat of Ward. Going to be a close play at first, and a good throw by Trammell over there at third is able to get Ward at first.
I don't think I've seen much more weird spinners than that one. Started towards the third base line and basically like curved around the mound. I mean, quite the run from Braxton Trammell to be able to gather that and have time to get to the first base bag.
It was almost like a golf putt almost type spin on that ball. That's crazy.
Reading the green of the infield grass. Definitely some movement on that, to say the least.
Switch
really
hitter
weird.
Tommy Maluski going to step up from the left side this time.
Argentina's just gone ahead 2-1.
Outside misses does Allen as Maluski tries to find his way aboard a 2-run game.
I don't know about you guys, but I've loved the World Cup action.
It's been one of the best things, one of the highlights of the bus trips has been able to watch some World Cup soccer as you're going there and coming back. It's one of the best things. That one barely almost clips the batter in Maluski, but he's able to jump out of the way of the pitch.
There's PA announcer Don O'Hanley. Has not missed a Gulls game since 2001 when the team came to Newport. Imagine that.
Comes home and gets a strike against Maluski to make it a 2-1 count.
All the World Cup talk, this was a goal that came at the very beginning of extra time. It's the great debate. Should it be golden goal or should you play the entirety of extra time?
I enjoy the extra time. At first, I was very pro golden goal. I like the extra time.
So my thing is, I'm a huge college soccer fan, and
it's golden goal.
And that's golden goal. And the best moment in Hofstra Athletics history just so happens to be a golden goal against Vermont.
Maybe a little bit of bias up in the booth here on the rule.
Just saying, but also you can't beat the moment of a sudden
What
death
about
goal.
beating Syracuse in the Dome?
I mean, that was something too. Corner 3 from German Plotnikov with 30 seconds left.
That's got to be something.
I can say now with some hindsight, you guys kind of got hosed on a couple of those calls late in the game.
I can say in hindsight, with the hiring, I like the hiring of Jerry McNamara. That losing that game might not have been the worst thing that ends up happening to Syracuse athletics. I think now they can kind of reboot and turn things around a little bit.
So Will Allen gives up the walk to Maluski as a big swing and a miss from Charlie Soule. Allen out of the University of Southern Florida. Played some prep ball before going there as a freshman, making 13 appearances, 4 starts.
Battle of the teammates right now, and Will Allen and Charlie Soule. Or are you talking about Will Allen? I thought you were talking about
I was talking about Will Allen.
Okay,
Charlie
yes,
Soule,
yes, yes.
Bryant Bulldog, not going anywhere.
Bryant Bulldog, Rhode Island guy.
So Allen trying to get out the batter here as a back pick down to first. Could be close, and Maluski able to dive back in there just in time. A good throw by Echeverria behind the dish.
I think there's a chance that evens out with the Maddox Haley call from earlier on a back pick over towards first that he was called safe on. A couple of runners getting caught napping by the catchers.
Certainly a bang play over there to Maluski. Doesn't have much more room to give as Maluski's on the move. Got to be a throw from Echeverria, and it hits the runner in Maluski. But a good job by the shortstop in Gus Gandy to back up the throw there.
Yeah, was able to track it in after. Looked like it might have hit the leg of Maluski.
So now Charlie Soule with an opportunity to drive in a runner in scoring position, but a 2-2 count presents itself to him. Going to have to battle against Will Allen here. Allen comes home, Maluski on the move again, and the throw is not in time. It looked like the ball beat him to third, but the tag just didn't get down in time from Trammell over there at third, so Maluski will move all the way up to third
Some
after
risky
2
business
stolen bases.
from Maluski. Looks like that throw might have got him, but he got the benefit of the doubt. And now just 90 feet away.
3 close calls on each base for Tommy Maluski, who's now at third with Charlie Soule trying to drive him in as he fouls it away, making it a full count here.
And the Waves are giving Echeverria a heck of a time right now on the base path. They've stolen 4 bases off of him in the first 6 innings of the game. He only allowed 2 stolen bases this season at Penn. He gunned down 13 guys, third in the Ivy League. So he's having to deal with maybe some faster base runners here in the New England League.
Outside corner called, strike 3 to Charlie Soule. And Soule is adamant that's a wrong call, but nonetheless it'll be a punch ticket by the Newport Gulls, and another one looking for the Ocean State Waves.
It might be a little too low.
And it looks like maybe Charlie Soule just got ejected from this ball game.
And here we go.
And Borders going out there trying to protect his player in Charlie Soule, and so it'll be an early night for Charlie Soule. Going to get ejected. Sound like he might have said "you suck" to the umpire, just said the magic words, can't go at the umpire. And so Aaron Brown going to send him to the showers early, unfortunately, for this Waves team, and it'll be another one of, it'll be Max Farrell now stepping up after the ejection.
It's usually Coach Coombs getting in altercations here at Guardians Field.
So now we're even in the ejections department on both sides of things.
A breaking ball at the top of the zone to Maluski, or to Soule, that he disagreed with, and a swing and a miss early from Max Farrell. And I think that just shows you how big of a game this is, how big that strikeout was, that Soule was so adamant that call was wrong going back to the dugout just because of the rivalry of this matchup.
Yeah, ends up getting the toss. Just got to watch the words a little bit more, obviously. Some umpires give you a little bit more leeway, but not the case for Soule, and he'll head out early. At least I believe it was Soule that got tossed. We'll see when he goes out there. We'll see who's out there for the
Waves. Yeah, right field could have a new man out there. There's now 2 strikes. Fires over to first and gets the out. So after a walk by Tommy Maluski, goes all the way around to third. Max Farrell grounds out to the third baseman to end the inning. So after an ejection and a ground out from Max Farrell, this is how the inning will end in the top of the 6th. We'll be back on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Looking to show off your Newport Gulls pride? Swing by the Goalie Shop, your official home for Gulls gear. From t-shirts and hoodies to hats and limited edition merch, we've got everything you need to rep Newport in style. Located right inside historic Cardines Field, or shop online anytime at newportgulls.com and click on the Goalie Shop. Don't miss out. Grab your gear today and join the best fans in summer baseball. The Goalie Shop, where Gulls fans gear up.
So it looks like the Ocean State Waves are trying to use the whole staff tonight, trying to make this game close, and it'll be Cooper Waddle out there on the mound. And after the ejection of Charlie Soule, it'll be confirmed that the ejection was Charlie Soule, and so it'll be Brody Batove, the Toronto, Ontario native, taking over out there in right field. Waddle, one of the guys who leads or is top of the leaderboards in strikeouts when it comes to the NECBL, but also towards the top of the leaderboards when it comes to the walks. 12 walks, but 21 strikeouts in his 9 1/3 innings coming out of Southern Miss. Last pitched against the Vineyard Sharks when he went an inning and struck out 1, but gave up 5 walks and 4 earned runs in that start. A game that, in an outing that really just didn't go his way.
Yeah, and you just hope that he's able to find more Ks compared to the base on balls here tonight. When he's able to put the pitches past batters, of course he's doing great, but when he's pitching the zone, sometimes at bats can just get a little uncompetitive. Threw last against the Vineyard, won an inning against the Sharks. Oh my goodness. Cape Verde just netted a tying goal right in front of me live.
Oh. I don't know players, but that's
I don't know
13,
players that well, but that was insane.
He's going nuts.
The FIFA World Cup fever here at the Cardines Field.
I hope you get your split screen up at home.
Oh, he's running into the crowd.
He's in the crowd. Jeez.
Are we pulling Kevin Harlan right now? Are we calling both games?
You think Ryan Novak would come up into the stands after he scored a goal if he
Yes,
got one?
I think if Ryan Novak hits a home run here, he's going to just come right up into the booth.
Yeah, high fives for all of us.
Novak going to be a lefty-lefty matchup to face off against Waddle here. Waddle comes home, first pitch fastball, and he gets a swing and a miss from Ryan Novak, the designated hitter.
Novak had that big double his last time up. Clubbed one deep into the right center field gap. Allowed 2 runs to score.
That's currently the difference for Newport.
Misses in the dirt to make it sticks now. Waddle going to have to work through this. Doesn't want to give up too many runs, especially coming off of walks. So got to find the strike zone. Gets a broken bat, it sounded like there, as a easy pop-up over there to Blaze Ward. And that will be the way the first out is recorded for the Ocean State Waves.
Yeah, just another piece of soft contact the Ocean State Waves pitching staff has been able to generate. We really haven't seen much out of Newport's offense outside of the bottom of the 3rd inning. And we'll see if they can tack on some more run support, because obviously yesterday it was a 4-0 lead against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks that fell away out of nowhere. You want a little bit more to work with than just the 2-run lead, barring any late surge from Ocean State.
A swing and a miss is drawn by Braxton Trammell. Steps up 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a flyout in his first 2 appearances. Trying to find his way against the lefty on the mound here.
We've got Gully on the screen with our director of mascots, Derek Patsos.
Swing and another miss, and it's an 0-2 count now.
Trammell just has to shorten up the swing a little bit. We've seen him take some really big hacks, come up empty-handed a couple of times.
Can Waddle collect the first strikeout of his night here against Trammell? He comes home, and he finds one right at the bottom of the zone, but can't get the call. So it'll go to a 1-2 count now.
Trammell 0 for 2 today with 1 punchy against him already.
Here's some barking from that Waves dugout after that close call. Waddle trying to find the strike zone here, and he spikes this one into the dirt. A good block behind the dish by Papetti.
And everyone in the dugout's got to be very careful right now with Saul already gone. Umpires are going to be probably more on alert for any dissent from either team, but specifically from the offending party, in this case, the Waves.
I like the dissent as we're talking about the FIFA World Cup. Dissent, one of the many cards that you can get. As Waddle comes home, tries to get the breaking ball, but just didn't get enough of a grip on that one. Just a cement mixer up in the zone.
Zane Stahl getting loose now in the Newport bullpen. The arm out of Louisville. Standing at a staggering 6'7", and his last time out last Saturday fanned 7 Bristol Blues.
And the full count pitch misses, so Waddle, after having a 2-2 count to Braxton Trammell, will walk the first man aboard of the inning for the Gulls.
Yeah, continuing to give Newport these offensive opportunities. We'll see if the bottom of the order can cash in. One out, one man aboard. And
now, I know we were talking about Gus Gandy's walk-up song, but his song almost announces his name in the song. It sounded like the ad-lib before it said Cade. So a nice walk-up song for Caden Cloud as he comes up to the dish here to face off against Waddle.
Cade Brown, that is. But so many of these walk-up songs are synonymous with these players that when you get to the midway point of the season where we're here every game and we hear them every night. And
yeah, I'm wondering if I could go 9 for 9 off of if I just heard walk-up songs in terms of the starting lineup.
Yeah. And it helps that Hechevarria chose a distinct one. He chose before he cheats. Like Harry Underwood, we've heard that tonight. It helps when you actually know the song, too.
Waddle looked back at the runner in Trammell at first, who was in there safely, but now Waddle going to have to go against the batter at the dish, who swings and misses. Papetti thought about throwing down. A big swing and a miss from Brown. Papetti, a guy who likes to throw down to first, but you got to be careful that you don't leak that throw out into right field and give extra bases to the opposition, in this case the Gulls here tonight.
And Trammell can move as well, so he might be able to get 2 bases depending on where the ball goes.
Waddle comes home, 0-2, gets the call right at the bottom of the zone, and it will be strike 3. It looked like for a second Cade Brown was going to stay up there, but it will be strike 3. And the first strikeout of the night from Waddle.
And it's been called shin level all night long. Zyrus was rung up on one a couple innings ago. We saw
Saul
get
side of things.
Get tossed because of his argument against one there. And now Cade Brown's a victim. So that's what home plate umpire is calling, and the hitters have to adapt whether they like it or not at this point.
Got to make the adjustment as Cooper Waddle now has 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Comes home with a breaking ball that lands over the heart of the plate. Looked like the slider this time. What are you guys doing? They're supposed to be in the dugout right now, aren't they?
Well, Ocean State keeps stealing them for their outfield, so I don't know which dugout they should be in at this point, Gavin.
Waddle home with the 0-1, and he can't get that one over the heart of the plate, so it'll be a 1-1 count now. Waddle, a guy who he has the strikeout stuff. It's just got to be over the plate, and we've seen a good amount of his pitches over the plate. Just the 1 walk to Trammell tonight. Waddle looks in for the sign from Papetti. They agree, and he's going to come home here. 1-1 is swung on and missed by Hechevarria. And a good chance for Waddle to get out of this inning unscathed. Can Hechevarria battle back from 1-2 with 2 outs? Or can Waddle put him away right here to end the inning? Waddle comes home, and this one's drifted out towards right field, but it'll drift just past the scoreboard out in right field and stay foul.
Yeah, right off the warehouse, and we'll do it again. We've seen Hechevarria try and shoot one the other way a couple times now. Not a guy that's afraid to sit on a pitch in the zone, but he'll need to speed up the hands just a little bit if he wants to keep the 2-out rally alive.
He's made some hard contact, all 3 plate appearances, though. Put some good wood on the ball, even though he hasn't reached base yet.
1-2 comes home, and it's fouled back into the backstop by Hechevarria, trying to pick up that first hit of the game, and a big spot it would be with a runner on. Big spot in this ball game for both squads. Obviously, the Waves trying to keep this one right at a 2-run lead, and the Gulls trying to extend this lead as much as they can. We do it again at 1-2. Waddle comes home, and it hits the batter in Echeverria, so a hit by pitch. 2 free passes put men on first and second. Just a tough one after Waddle way ahead in the count.
Yeah, just working a tick too far inside. Barely catches Echeverria, and Newport now gets to turn the lineup over to a dangerous bat in Gus Gandy with 2 men on and have a chance to add that insurance we were talking about at the beginning of this half inning.
Meanwhile, there are at least 5 or 6 Seagulls from left center to right center field.
You wonder how much that affects any outfield ball that gets out there, especially with Plasher and Maluski out there.
You get flashbacks to that one walk-off. I always forget what game it was. But the
Cleveland, I think.
Yeah, the mass of birds in center field that flew off that mess with the center fielder, and then a ball gets underneath his glove.
Got to stay locked in out there if you're the outfielders in Plasher and Maluski, as this one's fouled way out of the stadium over towards the fire station. But Waddle doing a good job of just bouncing right back whenever he misses the zone and making it even counts. Trying to find that third out before a run scores for the Gulls here. Waddle comes home, breaking ball, but it's fouled off towards the bullpens.
Very similar to that double we saw to Gandy in his second at-bat of the ball game. Top of the zone, something he was able to turn on, but this time just a tick too early. Rips it left but foul. I would stay out of the top half of the zone if I'm Waddle.
Agreed.
Waddle gonna try to get the punch out here. The 1-2 comes home. It's a fastball over the plate, called strike 3, and it freezes Gus Gandy on the outside half. That'll be the way the inning ends after 2 batters reach on free passes. Still a 3-1 game as I hand it over to Harry Tidgewell when we are back on ESPN+.
Welcome back to Cardines Field. I'm Veronica Borelli, and earlier during our pregame show, I was able to catch up with a pitcher from the University of Kentucky, Will Coleman, who was in the booth with our broadcast team earlier this week. Today, we have David Sweeney in the booth. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Veronica. And it is David McSweeney, the left-handed pitcher out of Northeastern, joining us in the booth today. Thank you so much for joining us, David. Happy beginning of the 4th of July weekend, a wonderful night at Cardines, a Friday night against your guys' rival, the Ocean State Waves. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Now we know your college team. We'll start on the Ocean State side of things, actually. And Cooper Maher got the start here tonight. I know you spent the last season with him at Northeastern. How nice was it to get to see a fellow Northeastern Marne on the mound to kick things off?
Oh, it's awesome. I always love watching him throw. We were actually throwing partners this year, which was great. He just goes out there and competes every time he takes the mound, so it's great to see him out there today for sure.
Well, on the Newport side of things, the new arm, and Zane Stahl, who had a really strong performance on Saturday going back against the Bristol Blues, picked up 7 strikeouts during his 3 innings of work, and obviously he offers that really big frame, which helps him rack up the high velocity numbers, but what else does he do really well to help put batters away?
He just pounds his zone. I think his stuff is really good too. Like even with Coop before, Coop goes out there and competes, but Zane does too. I think he's got a really good mindset and he's got really good stuff to get guys out.
Well, I know you're from Northeastern, so you go to Northeastern, so you know New England area just a little bit, but this is your first summer in Newport, and you've been enjoying yourself so far, I take it?
Yeah, I've been loving it. It's a great time. I love the team. Great group of guys, great coaching staff too, so it's been a blast so far.
You look at the numbers for Zane Stahl across his 9 innings of work, 4 flat ERA, 4 earned runs off of 7 hits, 4 walks to 14 strikeouts, a 194 batting average against. Last pitch against Bristol, as we mentioned, those 3 innings pitched, 7 Ks, just 2 hits and 1 earned run. We'll see if he can continue to stifle the Ocean State Bats, who have been held scoreless going back to the first inning. We got to ask you, David, with the 4th of July tomorrow, it's the question of the day. Are you a hot dog or a hamburger guy at the barbecue?
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
But I got to throw cheese on there, too.
Cheese on the burger. Any condiments?
No.
No.
No, just plain.
Just plain. Are you just not a condiments person in general, or?
Yeah, the only one I would go to is a barbecue sauce, but I wouldn't put that on a burger.
No, that'd be I mean, you wouldn't put a barbecue sauce on a burger?
I haven't tried it, but I might have to throw barbecue sauce on a burger tomorrow.
Zane Stahl almost lost some hair there at the line drive, right back at the mound, but able to deflect it with the glove, regather himself, and throw it over to Larson at the first base bag. What else outside of the field? What's been the most fun part of your summer so far?
I'd say just hanging out with the guys. We've been able to get together a few times, and I haven't done it yet, but I got to get on the golf course soon, too. That's a big hobby. I got to get there.
Are you a good golfer?
I'm a bogey golfer, I'd say. So
not
the
bogey
worst.
golf is good golf.
I'll take bogey golf.
I forget who they were saying. Someone on the team, is it Will Allen? Will Taylor? That's really good.
Yeah, it was Will Taylor.
The starter
I've heard he's
today.
a very good golfer.
A man of many talents. I also heard that during pitcher's BP, he could really get a hold of a couple swings.
Yeah, he had a pretty good swing when we were doing that last week, or 2 weeks ago.
I'll ask you, this was a question we asked some of the other arms as well. In a scenario where Newport ran out of hitters, in a pinch hit scenario they had to put a pitcher in, would you trust yourself, or if not, would you hand it off to someone else specifically?
I would never trust myself to go up there and hit in this league. I know some guys have said they could do it, but I don't. I guess the only guy you can go to is John Mass, only because he two-wayed before.
We've heard Mass a couple of times. One of the more interesting characters on the Newport team.
He is. He's very confident in his ability to hit, too, so I'll give him that. But I would never trust myself to go up there. Yeah.
You wouldn't trust yourself.
I mean, confidence is half the battle when you go up to the dish, at least.
That is true.
Do you swing from the left side as well? Or
No, I swing righty.
Oh, okay.
Which they say a left-handed thrower and a right-handed bat is a terrible combination anyway.
Yeah, that's interesting. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Stahl looking to go back-to-back outs to begin the top half of the 7th. The pitch home, a half-hearted attempt. Did he go around? And the first base umpire says no. Zane Stahl trying to add on to the strikeout total. Just a couple of millimeters short on the swing. How about going to school in Boston? Obviously, I mean, you're right near everything. How much of a fun experience has that been for you?
Oh, it's awesome. We're probably about 10-minute walk from Fenway Park, which is really cool. Everything's about a mile away, and it's close to home, too. It's probably about 15, 17 miles away from where I live, so it's
So you're in
really
Massachusetts
nice.
as well?
I am, yeah.
Very nice. Campapetti works the walk, hands it over to Jack LaRose. So righty on lefty for the 3rd at-bat of the inning. And, I mean, I know that these rosters obviously have a lot of turnover each and every season, but the Pell Bridge series between the Waves and Newport Gulls seems to offer a little bit of extra flavor to it. What does it mean to just represent the city in a game like this?
It's awesome, and when I first got here, they were saying how big Gulls baseball is, and so I was really looking forward to this, especially against these guys who are across the bridge at Cardines on a Friday night. There's doesn't get much better, right?
Yeah, I think Cade Brown, who we interviewed a few weeks ago, said it best. When the Gulls are wearing orange, they're supposed to win, and when they're playing the Waves, the expectation is that they can win as well. And so far this season, it's been a 1-1 series tie. After a dominant Waves win in Game 1, a dominant Newport win in Game 2, the 9-3 victory just last Friday.
And I believe they come here next Friday, too.
They do come here next Friday. Do you have a favorite away venue that you've got to travel to?
That's a good question. I really liked Stanford up in Maine. I thought that was a cool park. Bristol was a nice park, too. And then the Vineyard last night was super cool. I'll probably give it to the Vineyard just because that's a cool experience.
Vineyard's a fun experience.
Vineyard, I mean, the experience is top, bar none. There's no better experience than taking the ferry over there and then a nice little fishing boat with the boys back at the end of the night as well.
They said the first trip over there, the boat was pretty rough, but last night it was pretty smooth.
Oh, yeah, because this was your first one because you got here
I
a
missed
week or so late.
the first one. Yeah, but the boat ride was fine last night. Nobody got wet. Nobody.
Yeah, we stayed dry.
Yeah.
I mean, we had another teammate at the beginning of the season, but he fell overboard.
Good thing I wasn't there for that.
Yeah. No, it was smooth sailing, no pun intended. We hit a little traffic on the way there, almost missed the ferry, but just in the nick of time.
Cape traffic on the 4th.
Yeah, seriously. We head back there on Tuesday. The
That'll be a good one.
Breaking ball upstairs from Stahl. During the summer ball season, how fun is it to get to meet all these new faces just with your pitching staff and the team as a whole? I mean, obviously in the NECBL, you guys had those long bus rides to play your Mafia and just talk in general. And what's it mean to get to know these group of guys?
It means a lot. It's
a back pick towards first, not going to be in time.
That looked pretty good.
Yeah, we've had a couple of those today. It felt like on both sides. And the first base umpire just doesn't seem to want to call anybody out.
Yeah, but to answer your question, it's a lot of fun getting to meet these guys, and they also make you better too, coming from really good schools and really good competition in this league as well. So
runner goes, the pitch is swung and missed on, and the throw to second in time. Strike him out, throw him out is how the top of the 7th comes to a close. David McSweeney, we thank you for joining us up here in the booth. A true pleasure. Go back down there, enjoy the rest of the game, and of course, stay cool. That does it for the top of the 7th. We'll be back for the home half on ESPN Plus after this.
Most people spend their time trying to fit in. Not me. I want to be all in. I want to be in too deep, in the moment, in the center of it all, in the room where it happens. In it to make a difference every single moment of every single day. So grit your teeth and smile. Be ready to take on adversity. Be ready to transform the world. Ready for whatever life has in store. So, you in?
The motoring event of the year returns. The All Dream Newport Concours and Motor Week, October 1st through 4th. Witness breathtaking automobiles against a stunning backdrop of coastline and historic venues. From celebrated events like the Gathering and Concours d'Elegance to the all-new Supercar and Hypercar Concours, and free access to the Concours Village. There's something for all to enjoy. Join us in our chair Jay Leno in celebrating automotive excellence, luxury, and community. Tickets on sale now.
Got a little stretch in here in Newport, Rhode Island. And we got a new arm, and Cooper Waddle on the mound for the Ocean State Waves, entering his second inning of work. We've seen a lot of arms out there for the Ocean State Waves so far today, 4 to be exact. And we still got 9 outs left to go, at least on the Newport side of things. 2.5 innings in the bottom of the 7th. Newport looking for some insurance for that 3-1 lead. Both teams have only had 1 frame worth of scoring. The 3 for Newport in the bottom of the 3rd, the 1 for the Ocean State Waves in the top of the 1st. You just got to look over at the bullpen of Ocean State. Of course, bringing those beach chairs everywhere has kind of been their thing.
And Confreda, the first guy of the night who has been trusted out of that bullpen to go a second inning. Obviously, McCarthy first didn't go 2 innings, and Confreda neither did he. So Waddle, the first guy to have the opportunity to try and go a second inning.
We'll see how long they let him go for. Look at the Newport bullpen now, playing some hacky sack, juggling it around.
I couldn't tell who should have got that one.
Always a fun time on a Friday night.
Yeah, we've been known to indulge in some hacky sack pregame.
Yes, the interns have a little bit.
Yeah, I'm horrible at it, so I just sit back and
Ethan,
watch.
your words, not mine.
Yeah, but you've said it to me in private. So.
No, you have potential. Trust me, you have potential.
Oh, Lord.
Well, don't worry, I didn't forget. We do have some 7-inning trivia, but I didn't want to cut into any of good old David McSweeney's time. today is an interesting one. There's been 21 recorded seasons where a player has had 200 hits and 100 strikeouts, but one player has done it nearly a quarter of those. He's done it 5 times, so he's recorded 5 out of the 21 seasons of a player having 200 hits and 100 strikeouts. Can you name me that player? And I'll tell you, it's someone we all watched play growing up. We'll get back. You guys can give me your answers in the top of the 8th. So think about a guy that recorded a lot of hits, but also generated a lot of swings and misses as well.
I feel like I have a pretty good idea, which means I'm probably going to be very wrong.
Same here. So I agree with that take as well.
Zyrus 0 for 3 on the day, still searching for his first hit as the pitch misses inside and runs the count to 3 balls and no strikes.
I mean, how often in the late innings can we say Devin Zyrus is an offer? That's not often.
Not very often.
And over these first 7 innings, only 2 halves of innings have either squad scored, so a lot of zeros being put up on the board despite those big innings.
A whole lot of zeros. 11 to this point to be exact out of 13. Zyrus takes the 4-pitch walk, heads over to first, as now the middle of the order will have a base runner to work with. The 3-hitter, Maddox Haley, 0 for 1 today. He's reached base twice, however. First pitch home, outside. Interestingly, they let Waddle have the extra leash, shut out there for a second inning of work, but 5 pitches, 5 balls up to this point.
Yeah, there was an arm warming up in the Ocean State bullpen, so he might not be long for this game even if he does straighten out a bit.
Second pitch misses up. 6. Pickoff move over towards first. Zyrus back in safely. Newport wants a balk, and they're going to get it.
Yeah, and that was immediate from the Gulls dugout and from some fans near us as well.
Waddle's got a good move, but it's just too close there. You're saying he leaned home, a close move, and a lefty pitcher as the head coach in Jalen Borders knows exactly the rules about the 45-degree angle that he's allowed to have, and that's what he's trying to say, is that he didn't come home first, but second base umpire disagreeing.
So Zyrus now on second. Ocean State trying to keep the deficit stuck at 2, but Newport once again pressuring in the home half of the 7th. Maddox Haley, a favorable 2-0 hitters count. Waddle comes set. Looks back at second, now home. Kicks and deals. And inside, almost caught Haley. Would have been the second hit by pitch on the evening that caught number 13. Instead, it's a 3-0 count. We'll see if Haley just has the red light.
Wouldn't have been the worst thing, and it won't be the worst walk here. It'll set up a double play up the middle if Waddle isn't able to find the strike zone.
But you'd have to expect also if this is another walk, instead it's a pitch down the middle, but at some point you would have to expect that they would go to the bullpen sooner rather than later if Waddle just doesn't quite have the command. Argentina, Cape Verde has gone final, 3-2. The score there, Argentina just barely holding on.
Talk about a scare for the defending champs.
The 3-1 home is a big swing and a miss from Maddox Haley. So the count now runs full. I mean, what an effort from like the fan favorite, I'd have to say, in Cape Verde, who never even had to win a game during the World Cup. They went 3 draws to advance to the knockout stage and then gave the defending champs their best effort. The 3-2 pitch, Zyrus jumping over at second. Haley grounds one up the middle. Ward has it on the hop. Throw to first in time. Would have been a routine double play ball had Zyrus not advanced to second on the balk, but Ocean State has their first out of the inning nonetheless. As Brandon Larson now stands on in.
First baseman, number 24, Brandon
Larson, it's kind of a common theme with these two teams. He also comes from an athletic family. His mom was a gymnast at the University of Maryland.
He fouls the first pitch off the mound and back over the head of the pitcher, Cooper Waddle, as Zyrus picks it up and will toss it back to him. There's our guy, David McSweeney, in the background there, rocking the gray pullover. Thank you again for joining us, David. We've had a plethora of arms in the broadcast booth up to this point, obviously, because they know they're not throwing, and it's easier to work around and schedule, but we'll try and work into the dugout as well and grab some position guys. Pitch to Larson, misses away.
Do you think he was telling them how awesome it is to be on the broadcast?
He very well might have been.
He should have been. If he wasn't, he should be telling those guys in that dugout what a great experience it is.
1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Waddle working on Larson. Zyrus, a really big jump. Now heading back to the bag, and a big swing and a miss upstairs from number 24. It looked like Zyrus was about to just get all the way to third base with that big jump over at second, but he couldn't quite time it up perfectly. Instead,
would have taken Waddle just looking back to have an easy out there, but focused on the batter.
Inside, almost catching Larson on the jersey, but instead the count now even at deuces.
And I wonder if that little dance at second base distracted Larson for that pitch, because he swung at one at his head. That's not a pitch he usually swings at.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Zyrus, the man off of second. Lefty on lefty. Waddle kicks and deals and gets Larson right back with the high cheese. Very similar to the second strike of the at-bat. Up at the eyes, and Larson comes up empty-handed. Hands things off to Caden Cloud, who has an RBI to his name already today. Drove in the first run of the ball game for Newport in the bottom of the 3rd via his RBI single, which scored Gus Gandy.
Larson just missed that pitch up in the zone. I mean, just a couple of inches away from a big swing right there.
A 3-game RBI streak for Caden Cloud. Looking for his second multi-hit performance in just 3 days. No balls, 1 strike as the first pitch catches the top of the zone.
And Cloud, the rare person who coming out of his freshman year had some summer ball experience.
The 0-1 over the head of the catcher, Papetti, but Zyrus unable to make a jump because it just fired off the backstop.
2 huge bounces in this inning. I mean, the one over the head on that pole, and then that one way out there into the infield grass.
Waddle, to no surprise, will ask for a new pearl, and his request met. Yeah, that ball just fired, I think, off the very top of the back padding, and that's why you saw it kick so far. I mean, it gave Papetti, he looked back, and the next thing you know, it's right past him into the field to play, but Zyrus doesn't advance, so no damage.
Papetti, looking like you on that one, had a ball in his hand as the one came home from Waddle, and so he did a little bit of a hacky sack, just keep the ball right there.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's a pitch where Zyrus, had he been going off the jump, he would have gotten to the 3rd, but with that ricochet back, it's so dangerous.
The 1-1, Cloud grounds one up the middle. Marchese can't field it cleanly. Everybody's safe. Trying to come through the baseball, just kind of knocked it away from himself as Cloud legs it out, and no play can be made. So now runners on the corners for Ryan Novak, who already has 2 RBIs today. You don't want to give good teams extra outs, especially a good hitter as of late in Ryan Novak. 3 extra base hits across these last 2 games. He's 1 for 2 today with a double, 2 RBI double, and a walk to his name, but popped out his last time up. 2 outs with men on the corners. The 0-0 home. Upstairs for ball 1. And now Newport with a lot of speed on both sides, and Zyrus and Cloud. If Novak could sneak another one into one of the gaps, a 5-1 lead for Newport could be all they need to ride home another win and be their 15th of the season. Pitch misses low on Novak.
Novak's such an interesting guy because, as we said, he's really become a 3 true outcomes guy this season. Last year, the first month of the season, he couldn't even do that. He had no power. He just couldn't hit the baseball. And then come July, you couldn't get him out. And maybe we're starting to see that July form come back with more consistency.
Pitch misses low. So 3 balls and no strikes. With the way Novak's been hitting, you wouldn't be surprised if he had the green light. The Ocean State coaches, not big fans of that call. 3-0 home. Right down Broadway for strike 1. So 3-1 to number 3-1 with 2 men on and 2 outs.
Got to wonder if this is Waddle's last guy here.
Novak watches one on the inside. So the count runs full. Cloud will have a head start over at first. So expect a ground ball in play. Have to be a throw made over to the first base bag. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 2 men on. Waddle working on Novak. The lefty kicks and deals. And just below the knees for ball 4. It'll load the bases for Braxton Trammell.
And that was a bit of a risky take. You know, there've been a lot of very low strike calls all night. But that one maybe even a little too low. And now things will come down to number 25, Trammell.
It looks like Mason Fiore is going to work his way out there for a quick meeting on the mound before a very high pressure at bat. You look at Braxton Trammell so far today, well, he's 0 for 2. But he's itching for that first hit of the ball game, and if he came up with one here, you think he would at least score 2 and put Newport in a far more comfortable position.
Yeah, I think just trying to slow Waddle down on the mound and say, hey, get us through this inning, get us that one last out. Really trying to fire up that pitcher on the mound and just lock that zone back in there and really not make this Ocean State Waves staff have to go back to the bullpen once again.
Yeah, that's risky, though, in a 2-run game with the bases loaded. You get out of it, great. You walked a tough tightrope, but if this is driven into the gap or hit out of the ballpark, the game is essentially over. And in a rivalry game with such big implications, that's a massive gamble to take.
So the bases juice for Newport with 2 outs. Waddle on Trammell. The first pitch, an elevated fastball that he swings right through. The switch hitter Trammell electing to stand in the right-handed batter's box for the favorable righty against lefty.
And Waddle's high fastball has been a bit of poison for these Newport hitters. They can't seem to lay off of it.
It's one of his best pitches all season long.
0-1. Once again trying to work upstairs, but can't get the fish to bite that time around. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bases juiced. It's Devin Zyrus off of third. Caden Cloud over at second, and Ryan Novak, the man off of first. Braxton Trammell digging in. Waddle's pitch home is fouled back into the mitt. He has just stuck at the letters. In fact, he's gone above them each of the 3 times, but Trammell has chased twice and has fallen behind 1 ball to 2 strikes.
And those fastballs upstairs to these hitters, they always just look so good, and then it's just too high and too much for them to deal with at that top zone.
Waddle trying to work out of the jam. The 1-2 is a fly ball in a deep left field. Plashert underneath it and wraps it in leather for a highly exciting out number 3. The Newport fans hold their breath for just a little bit, but the goals come up empty-handed. 3-1 our score as we head to the top of the 8th. Trivia coming up next on ESPN+. welcome you back for the top of the 8th. As we just found out, Ryan Jaros, his favorite food, chicken parm. Via our on-field MC, Scotty.
Scott Taste.
Playing
great food.
Playing a little game of Guess the Goal. 8-9-1 due up for the Ocean State Waves. Marchese, Blasher, and Ward. Still just the one run on the ball game for Ocean State that came all the way back in the top of the first inning. Since then, it's just been a pitching masterclass from the goal side of things. Will Taylor wrapped up his 4 innings of work, striking out 9. Handed it off to Will Allen, who went 2 innings, giving up just 2 hits, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. And now Zane Stahl, through his first inning, has held Ocean State to 0 with 1 K to his name as well. Went 1-2-3 against 5, 6, and 7. Can he do the same against 8, 9, and 1?
And already through 7 innings, this Gulls team has the same amount of strikeouts they had in the game last week against this Ocean State Waves team in 12 strikeouts.
The first pitch fouled back, and while we begin the inning, I need people's guesses for the trivia question, which was, there's been 21 registered seasons in MLB history where a player has recorded 200 hits but also struck out over 100 times, and one player accounts for nearly a quarter of those. They've done it 5 out of the 21. I'm looking for that player. Who wants to start? Ethan.
I feel good about this. Mike Trout.
Mike Trout is Ethan's guess.
Struck out a lot, but he had so many seasons where he hit 300. I really like Mike Trout here.
A line drive up the middle in front of a charging Devin Zyrus. A leadoff single for Gavin Marchese.
I'm going to go with a New England guy, a Boston guy. Give me Big Papi, David Ortiz.
Big Papi, the answer to my left. Derek Jeter, the answer to my far left. And Anthony, and the answer down low from the dungeon and Joe Dupuis is Adam Dunn. And I just got a last-second call in for Mikey Basile, who went A-Rod. So last time we had very similar guesses on the board. We had, I forget what the answer was. Oh, it was Freddie Freeman, which about 3 out of the 5 guys went, and that ended up being the correct answer. Today we have 5 answers on the board, and one of them is in fact correct. I'll tell you, Ethan, unfortunately, it's not Mike Trout, and down low, well, it's not A-Rod or Adam Dunn. Today's correct answer, I left it down to the 2 rivals, Big Papi and Derek Jeter. It's the shortstop, Derek Jeter. Today's correct answer.
I know no one's going to believe me at this point, but I genuinely was thinking over the break, like, Derek Jeter probably has struck out a decent amount for his time.
Yes,
but
he did.
I figured Big Papi with the power stroke just had more strikeouts.
Yeah, I think Papi just didn't get to the 200 hit mark enough. Like, that's a hit in a quarter, a ball game. Hit in a third.
Yeah, and Jeter, when he was an accumulator, he played for so long. But also, especially down the stretch, he was still hitting, but he was striking out a little bit more. He was getting a little slower.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch misses low and away for ball 2. So shout out Anthony, today's trivia winner. We've done a good job of at least somebody getting the answer right.
Both
it feels
times
like every home game.
I've been in here, Andrew has gotten it right.
Yeah,
the last time I was in here for trivia, he
it.
got it as well. I don't even remember what the answer was. I think it was the Pawtucket game being the longest game.
Oh, yes, it was that. That was when Joe Dupuis.
Wade Boggs.
Yes, that was when Joe Dupuis gave us the trivia question. We thank you for sticking with us on ESPN Plus. Ethan Poole to my right, Gavin Watson to my left. I'm Harry Tidgewell. Another pickoff move, and they'll say Marchese dove back in time. I'll tell you, we've had a plethora of bang-bang plays back over at first, but all have been ruled safe.
Really trying to make the first base umpire work down there at first, and these pitchers are making them close.
Runner goes, pitches a called ball, throw to second, and they'll rule him safe. Gus Gandy trying to argue his side. He thought he got him on the initial tag. Instead, it's a stolen base for Marchese. He also thought he might have got him as he was moving back in. Marchese went past the bag and had to try and move the left foot backwards. But he's ruled safe nonetheless. A man in scoring position with no outs. Slowing it down for you.
You can't see if the glove grazed him there or not.
Yeah, I think he might have been safe there, but on the second attempt, a fly ball left side. Cade Brown underneath it with room, makes the catch. And Marchese choosing not to tag. For both sides, when the left fielder begins to move back, you always wonder, because I was out there for the first time during batting practice, looking up at that overhanging tree, and if it hits any branch of that tree, it's ruled a home run. But those branches hang about a solid 10 feet over the field of play and down as well. So a ball that would be a double, sometimes even a fly out, I think, if it had the right angle on it, could end up being a home run if it catches one of those branches.
One of those weird ground rules. I mean, a historic field, that Cardines Field, but
Stahl tosses back a pickoff move to the shortstop, Gus Gandy, but just a half-hearted effort to try and keep Marchese honest. The top of the order, and Blaze Ward standing in.
I mean, last year, I think there was only one home run that went into the trees. And I think it might have been Cade Brown, actually, against Upper Valley. It was definitely against Upper Valley. I don't remember who hit it. And it was going either way, but we just couldn't see where the ball was for a second before we saw the home run signal from the umpire. It was a very foggy night, which didn't help our case either. But.
First pitch, breaking ball is a cold ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Ground ball right side. It will advance the runner, but Cloud gobbles it up and throws over to first for out 2. So now just 90 feet away from their second run of the ball game, with Kevin Marchese over at third, but 2 outs for Tommy Molesky, who will need to come up big for the Waves.
Yeah, and this has been one of the things that's plagued this Waves team all season long, where it's been a situation where they've gotten guys on, they've gotten them in scoring position, but it's been with 2 outs and then trying to find that big 2-out hit.
Out of Yakima, Washington, plays his college ball at New Mexico State. Stahl's first pitch breaking ball misses outside.
Some even call it the interesting city of Yakima, Washington.
The very interesting city of Yakima, Washington. Do your research on that place, ladies and gentlemen. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. And he blows one past Molesky for strike 1. So the count even at sticks. The Newport pitching staff has recorded 12 strikeouts on the day, right around their average for the season. But if Zane Stahl could pick up any out right here, it would just keep the pitching rolling, make it 7 straight innings where they've held the Waves scoreless. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The man off of third is Marchese. Newport clinging to a current 2-run lead, but a pitcher's duel throughout. Stahl misses just outside, so the favorable 3-1 hitters count to the dangerous 2-hitter in Ocean State's lineup. Molesky's 0 for 1 today, so he's done a great job of working on base. He's already done so twice.
It would be a big at-bat right here if he can score this run, make it a one-run ball game.
And Stahl misses down low, so make it the 3rd base on ball of the afternoon for Molesky. Hands it off to now number 11 in Brody Batove, his first at-bat of the ball game after Charlie Saul got the boot.
Charlie Saul got the red card early.
The red card.
To the showers early.
That's the right phrase for it with the World Cup going on. Coach Kevin Long, pitching coach Kevin Long, is going to trot out to the mound before a high suspense at bat. The tying run now standing at first. The go-ahead run in Batove at the plate. Not a bat that Newport has seen so far today. You look at Batove's season numbers, a .283 batting average. He has recorded 15 hits in his first 53 ABs. And he has some power to him. 7 extra base hits, 4 doubles, 2 triples, 1 long ball. Moves the slugging all the way up to a .491. So a dangerous bat to have to face with the fact that he's the go-ahead run and what's been a defensive battle to this point. But with 1 swing, this game could be flipped completely on its head.
Yeah, and with Batove, it being his first at-bat of the ballgame, maybe that's why Kevin Long out there trying to discuss how we're going to pitch against the new bat. Not a pinch hitter, but a defensive substitution after the ejection of Soul, but a guy who has not yet come up to the plate. So a guy they haven't faced, and a big lefty up there who's been hitting pretty hot for this Waves team.
Well, a big pressure at bat into the sticks, number 11. The lefty standing on in against the righty Zane Stahl, coming off his best performance of the NECBL season on Saturday, trying to carry it over to Friday.
Batove 2 for 4 yesterday with 2 RBIs.
First pitch inside, a back pick towards third. As advancing the 90 feet into second is Molesky. But Echeverria trying to catch Marchese off guard. So now the tying run in scoring position. The first pitch inside to Brody Batove. The 1-0. Below the knees. So after walking Molesky, not a promising start against Brody Batove, with the 4-hitter Max Farrell waiting on deck.
It's a disciplined guy. He's walked 13 times this season heading into tonight's matchup.
2 balls, no strikes. Stahl at the belt, now kicks and deals and drops the breaking ball in there for strike 1. Just a get-me-over curveball, if you will.
Yeah, not every day you see a 2-0 curveball, though.
Yeah, you got to be really confident on the mound out there if you're Stahl, if you're going to go with the breaking ball, especially down 0-2 or 2-0.
2 balls, 1 strike. Stahl's pitch home just misses the outer part of the plate. Moves the count to 3-1. A borderline pitch not going Stahl's way.
Yeah, but listening plenty of groans from both the Newport dugout and the Newport faithful.
Stahl set. The pitch home. Another breaking ball that just misses outside. And now the bases loaded for the Ocean State Waves. The go-ahead run in Brody Batove, the Hoosier, over at first. Max Farrell now the cleanup man, probably the exact guy you'd want up in this scenario if you're Ocean State, is going to get his chance. Farrell batting .269 on the season, a .423 slugging, a .423 on base, and well today, 1 for 3. He's collected the lone RBI up to this point. Echeverria is going to go try and calm down the man on the mound.
And Farrell coming off another good game for the Waves, a 3 for 5 performance last night, trying to chip that over into today's game.
A high pressure at bat and a high pressure game. The Pell Bridge Series, knotted at 1 on the season. This could be a deciding at bat right here. The top of the 8th. The Waves trail by 2, and the first pitch from Stahl catches the outside for strike 1.
That was the confident pitch, fastball right on the outside part of the plate. I think Stahl knows right now he has nowhere to hide. He's got to get an out here.
Challenges Farrell early. The 0-1. Top of the zone, grounded towards Gandy. A quick flip over to second, and Zane Stahl survives the bases-loaded jam. A 3-1 lead in favor of Newport. They'll try and tack on some insurance in the home half of the 8th when we come back on ESPN+.
What makes a great team hat? It starts with a Z. For decades, Zephyr has been making the most iconic headwear in the game, trusted by teams, colleges, and pros. We cut out the middlemen and work directly with our manufacturers, so you get top quality, fast turnaround, and prices that make sense. From bold designs to unbeatable fit, Zephyr hats are built to match the quality of your team, right down to the last stitch. Zephyr Team Headwear, born from experience, built for teams that stand out.
Welcome you back for the bottom of the 8th. Trey Telfer, the righty, taking over for Ocean State. For more on the new man on the mound, Gavin Watson, take it away.
He's had some good outings and some rougher outings. He picked up a tough loss against the Bristol Blues where he went 3 innings, struck out 5, but his last appearance in an 8-6 loss against the Danbury Westerners on June 28th, he went an inning and struck out 1, and he's been one of the top pitchers for this Waves team when it comes to preventing runs, but has just had a couple of starts that have gone away from him, and he's had overall good numbers this season. 7 games, 11 2/3 innings pitched with a 1.54 ERA and 13 strikeouts out of San Diego State.
The SDSU arm lasts through just an inning against Danbury. I think if you're Ocean State taking it an inning at a time at this point, they're fifth arm of the ball game in Trey Telfer to try and keep it a 2-run contest. It's cooled off just a little bit here in Newport, down to a nice calm 81 degrees. Still
nice and cold.
Nice and cold, a frigid, if you will.
I mean, after the last few days, this feels like winter.
You could make the case. Well, Cade Brown set to lead off, followed by Ernie Echeverria, and then the top of the order in Gus Gandy. Trey Telfer wrapping up on his warm-up pitches. The Newport and Ocean State faithful still sticking it out. I mean, this is nice in that it's one of the games where you get to see both the home and away fans come out because of the close proximity.
And also, I mean, baseball 4th of July weekend, there's nothing better. Last year, Newport hosted Keene on the 4th, so by the 6th inning, there were fireworks going off everywhere from every direction. And it felt like a scene out of the Sandlot, genuinely. There's the warm weather. It was a close game between two great teams. And you could see just like sparks of light from the outfield, from behind the stadium. It was absolutely incredible. And funnily enough, it was Halloween and July night, so a lot of fun costumes were abound here at Cardines.
Cade Brown 0 for 3 today, along with 2 strikeouts to his name. Still searching for that first hit of the ball game. Recently committed to the University of Central Florida. Telfer, his first pitch from the righty, upstairs for ball 1.
So Cade Brown readying for his 3rd program in 3 years, from Georgia to Georgia Tech, now to UCF.
The 1-0 home is a called strike. Newport in the bottom of the 7th caused some pressure of their own, but came up empty-handed. Then Ocean State got the bases loaded in the top half of the inning, but unable to get any more runners across since that first run in the first. The 1-1, some fireworks right on cue from Ethan Poole.
Oh, beautiful.
Over the left field grandstands. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 4th of July festivities already starting.
And you see a mad rush to the top of the stadium here to see the fireworks in the off of the field and the fireworks potentially on the field that you might have left.
With the way that this game has been going in a close affair like this, but also knowing that both teams have some late game offensive firepower they do have to offer, expect some fireworks. 1 ball, 2 strikes, in on Cade Brown. Telfer looking for his first out of relief, misses up at the eyes. The view from upstairs in the clubhouse. A couple of fans taking in the action.
I believe those are the Narragansett fireworks going off today. Our clubby today was telling me that right about over left field side would be where those fireworks would come off of if we could see them from here.
A big swing and a miss from Cade Brown. His 3rd strikeout of the ball game, and the first out of relief for Trey Telfer as Ernie Echeverria stands in looking for his first hit as well. We've seen him put some good bat to ball. He did work his way on his last time up, got caught by a hit by pitch, but 0 for 2 today. The 7, 8, 9 hitters for Newport just haven't been quite getting it done. A combined 0 for 9 to this point. First pitch to Echeverria is a breaking ball that drops in there for strike 1.
The pyrotechnic display is stopped for now. Looks like half the people are looking out to the left field to try to catch them when they come back.
And Echeverria swings through the breaking ball for strike 2. So Telfer seemingly settling in quite swiftly. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Oh, 2. Just misses the low and away corner.
Telfer, a fastball slider guy, and he's really mixed it well in this first inning. Coming out, really using his repertoire to his advantage.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking for his 2nd strikeout of the inning, 2nd strikeout of the ball game. The 1-2. Echeverria fouls it right side. The Ocean State Waves with the blue jerseys, with the matching blue cap. The classic W design that kind of blends into the ocean wave. And well, Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL, also known as Z-Hat. Zephyr is the authentic college hat with over 800 colleges. Echeverria grounds one left side, picking it up and throwing over to first is Ward. A nice scoop by Max Farrell at the first base bag. 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure to pick up your Ocean State Waves or Newport Gulls hat today. Say his name, Gus Gandy, the next man in. Had a double in the third inning that was the lone scoring inning for Newport here tonight. 1 for 4, struck out his last time up.
It's so interesting after such high-scoring affairs the last 2 times these teams have played to now have a low-scoring one
Gandy,
here.
a deep drive to left field. It's off the wall. Make it more extra bases for the shortstop Gandy, his second double of the day.
And that was launched middle. Call it a perfect if you want. He barrels that one off the Newport Glasgow sign in left center field.
Yeah, in all honesty, Telfer lucky to get the same baseball back there out on the mound. That one, he got lucky there that one was just a double off that breaking ball way too much over the heart of the plate.
Gandy got a really good piece of it, sent it deep to left center field and off one of the banners. If it weren't for the 26.5-foot fence, instantly could have became a 3-run Newport lead. So a man on second with 2 outs for Devin Zyrus, searching for his first hit of the ball game. First pitch misses up and away. We talked about it his last time up. Not used to seeing the 0 for next to number 16 in the box score. 0 for 3 today. Newport has collected just 5 hits up to this point to Ocean State's 4. The 1-0 from Telfer, swung straight through by Devin Zyrus.
A good spot, a pitch that's really hard to hit at the top of the zone, but still a strike there from Telfer.
Evens the count up at sticks. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Gandy off of second. Telfer kicks and deals and misses upstairs for ball 2.
Zyrus has led off plenty this year in the 2 spot today. Oftentimes when he's leading off, it's Tristan Salinas in the 2 spot. He's off today after home runs in his last 2 games.
2 balls to 1 strike. Pitch home, just below the knees. We saw Zyrus get rung up on a similar pitch earlier, but this time the batter gets the benefit of the doubt. A favorable hitter's 3-1 count, righty on lefty. Telfer set at the belt, his pitch home. Misses, and a 5-pitch walk to Devin Zyrus, so back-to-back men aboard for the Newport Gulls. It does put the force out in play, but also an extra man on base for the 3-hitter Maddox Haley.
Yeah, and Haley hasn't really done much damage tonight, only 0 for 2 with 2 walks or a walk and hit by pitch. So 2 free passes and then 0 for on the day. Trying to break out in a big spot here to add on some insurance for the top of the 9th for the Gulls.
Haley fouls one straight back. Coleman making the catch. A tip of the cap for Will Coleman down there. He's just been all over the foul balls today.
A Gold Glove grab and some showboating to boot. Raising his hands to the fans. It's not often a pitcher gets to, not flash the leather, but make a play like that.
Well, you can't see many more exciting first pitch foul balls straight backwards. The 0-1. Misses low and away.
And Gandy just took third.
And Gandy swiped third out of nowhere, yeah. Totally caught the Ocean State Waves off guard.
Caught us off guard, too. Didn't see it for a second. I was looking at my notes, and I look up, and he's halfway to third base.
Next thing you know, he's advanced to 90 feet, so now runners on the corners.
And that's what's kind of killed the Waves this season. Has been some sloppy plays here or there, and that's one of those sloppy plays that could come to bite them here if this run's able to score.
1 ball, 1 strike. Gandy over at third, Zyrus at first, and Haley swinging straight through strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Newport looking for some insurance before trying to go collect the final 3 outs of the ball game. Righty on righty. Telfer sit at the belt, kicks and deals, and misses outside, count even at deuces.
Will this be deuces wild, Terry?
Deuces are in fact wild.
2 on.
Wild as can be. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men on. Pitch home. Fouled straight backwards. So in case once wasn't enough for you, we get to do it again. This game approaching a full 3 hours. At 9:22 p.m., Coach Coombs clapping along with the fans, trying to will his men along any way he can. Umpire calls time. Looks like a ball from the bullpen might have escaped into the field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gus Gandy, the man over at third. Devin Zyrus stands at the first base bag. Maddox Haley in the right-handed batter's box.
If I'm Telfer, I'm going slider and going way outside on it.
Telfer, the pitch home. Got him looking at the knees. Both pitching sides may bend, but they sure won't break. A 3-1 contest as we head to the 9th. Hero time. Who will come out on top? Find out next on ESPN+. Three outs away from a Friday night win at Cardines. And Newport hands the keys to Mickey McClaskey, the right-hander out of Gonzaga. Take a look at the numbers so far this season. He's got 9 2/3 for this Newport squad with a 5.59 ERA, making his 6th appearance, all of those out of the bullpen. He's surrendered 6 earned runs off of 8 hits, 5 walks to 15 strikeouts. And well, you wouldn't know it's a pressure situation looking down at the hacky sack circle down in left field, but in a 2-run contest, a rivalry game like this.
Isn't that exactly what you want out of your pitching staff, though, is to be
calm,
loose
cool, and
and
collected,
relaxed?
Yeah, we've seen them throwing the football around sometimes this season in the 7th, 8th inning. Might be more just to warm up for a guy or two that's going to come in later, but still, they're having fun out there, even in a 2-run game in a rivalry.
Well, Gabe Milano, Campa Petty, and Jack LaRose, 5, 6, 7, due up for the Ocean State Waves as they try and they'll need to get 2 runs across for this game to continue.
5 what, Harry?
Gabe Milano, the first man up.
Milano snapped a 10-game hitting streak last night and has been 0 for today. So another guy, you guys were mentioning a Newport goal who you don't normally see in the having a 0 in the box score. Gabe Milano, another one of these Waves who not used to having a 0 in his stat line.
First pitch misses for a ball. McClaskey misses at the knees. So a quick 2-0 to the sophomore out of Miami, the designated hitter here tonight. Is 0 for 3 to this point. 2 strikeouts to his name as well, but he put a ball in play his last time up. And McClaskey quickly falling behind 3-0.
Rocking what looks like a New York Mets helmet.
Part of the Mets scout team during his summer ball days prior to attending Miami. McClaskey's 3-0 is in there. 3 balls, 1 strike, trying to work all the way back and make the count full. McClaskey kicks and deals, and a big swing and a miss from Gabe Milano for strike 2.
Milano was trying to make this a 1-run ball game in one swing right there.
You talk about the Newport breeze. Well, that might have added a couple miles per hour to it. The 3-2. Line drive, deep right field, tracing back and not going to get there is Maddox Haley. Digging for 2, Gabe Milano. Digging for 3. The arms are up in right center field. Maddox Haley's lost it in the ivy. Milano will come around and cross home plate, but we'll see if it stands.
Yeah, I
doubt it will.
I mean, Gabe Milano, nobody told him to stop, so why not keep running?
And it will be a ground rule double. That ball completely lost in the ivy, so Milano ran the back 180 feet for no reason whatsoever, as he'll have to head back to the second base bag. Still a very impressive hit at that after taking a big swing and a miss for strike 2. Didn't miss on that one. 1 hopping to the wall, 2 hopping, I should say. But then you see Maddox Haley just completely lose it in the bushes out there.
Looks like Borders is going to want an explanation as to why it wasn't called already, and they let the runner in Gabe Milano and as well as their base coach Caleb McGrath, they're both getting explanations on this play, but
I think the umpires actually did the right thing in letting the play play out, and then you decide after. But I think that was probably discussed in the ground rules that a ball lost in the ivy is 2 bases.
Yeah, that's something that, I've seen it that's trained into NFL refs, and I can only assume umpires and refs in other sports get the same training. If there's any shred of doubt, just let things play out, because you don't want to be in a situation where you call it a ground rule double and then the ball was just hanging or sitting rather right on the grass and someone tried to get one over.
Well, the umpires are going to talk about this. You think it's just a matter of a grounds rule?
Really don't think there's much to talk about here when it comes to the ways of the situation. I think it's going to be a ground rule, but none of these guys are going to overturn the call that they just made, I feel like. So going to be a ground rule double most likely. And you see McCloskey, as the umpire's blocking the mound, just might as well start throwing off the mound and stay warm out there.
Oh, and almost took out one of the umpires.
As we'll resume play, Milano awarded the 2 bases, and it's going to be a pinch runner out there for him.
It'll be Adonis Medina.
Adonis Medina inserts for the designated hitter.
And Gabe Milano has some good speed, so maybe just trying to give him a little bit of relief after he ran all the way around the bases there.
You'd have to think he's a little bit out of energy. And if you're the Waves at this point, just trying to play for those 2 runs. A big swing and a miss upstairs from Cam Papetti. McClaskey got 1 pitch away from his first strikeout, first out of the inning. But Milano able to come up big with the 2-strike hack. Medina, the runner at second out of Rhode Island University of Rhode Island. A fly ball to deep center field. Tracking back is Zyrus, and it's out of here! In the top of the 9th, the Ocean State Waves have drawn even.
A no-doubter, an absolute nuke over the center field fence, over the head of Devin Zyrus. What a shot as that Waves bench starts celebrating. Middle, bam.
99 miles an hour off the bat, and he got a hold of that one.
The deepest part of the ballpark, a full 390 feet, and then the momentum just seemingly completely shifting to the wave side of things.
And still no outs.
Still no outs.
And that was back-to-back hard-hit baseballs, Milano and then Papetti's. So both guys right on the pitcher on the mound in McClaskey.
First pitch is a called ball against LaRose. And then a swing and a miss from, the third baseman. LaRose 0 for 2 today. 0 for 3, I should say, with 2 strikeouts. 1 ball, 1 strike. McClaskey out of the windup. Misses low and away for ball 2. Well, we said expect fireworks, and you're sure gonna get them. Knotted at 3 in the Pell Bridge Series. 2 balls, 1 strike. And McClaskey misses up and away, so now at danger of letting the leadoff man aboard in Cam Papetti, Jack LaRose, with Marchese behind him.
Sometimes you hear home runs are rally killers, so if they can get a guy on here.
And a man on board they get. Jack LaRose, the 5-pitch walk, hands it off to Gavin Marchese. You wonder if we'll see some small ball out of Ocean State sooner rather than later, trying to get the go-ahead run into scoring position. But before any of that, pitching coach Kevin Long will take a trot out to the mound.
And you can just see in his body language, Mickey McClaskey is rattled right now, sagging his shoulders a little bit. It's so tough to give up that home run and then to follow it up immediately with a walk, but we know his abilities, and he's going to be dependent on, most likely, to at least get out of this 9th inning. But feel the energy in this ballpark. It has been sapped from the Gulls faithful. And the few Waves fans that are still here, they're getting loud, and so is that Ocean State dugout.
Yeah, fire the dugout right back up, that home run, and now trying to scrape across 1 extra run.
So the man standing in is Gavin Marchese.
Gonna get a pinch runner, it looks like.
We'll have another pinch runner. Number 12 trotting on out there for Ocean State.
It's Justin Hackett from Iowa.
Justin Hackett in for Jack LaRose. He represents the go-ahead run. We'll see if we see any movement from him at the first base bag. The first pitch into Marchese, a called strike.
If we see any movement out of Hackett, he's got to make sure he's 100% going to get in there. You don't want to waste that walk that LaRose just earned.
The 0-1 is a big swing and a miss on the chase from Marchese. A ball that bounces on home plate. Ends up being strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes in on the righty. The second baseman, Gavin Marchese. McClaskey looking for his first out of the inning. The pitch home, tapped left side and foul. So we'll do it again.
Bit of a safety swing there from Marchese on the 2-strike pitch. Just didn't want to go back to the dugout looking on that pitch, just outside the zone though.
No balls, 2 strikes. McClaskey set at the belt and misses low and away for ball 1.
Tried to pump in a low fastball, which has been called before, but this one was low and outside and probably a bit too low anyway.
Newport trying to create whatever energy they can here in the stands. The 1-2 popped up backwards. Echeverria is going to run out of room off the roof right above us, and we'll do it again.
You heard of that thunk a second after Echeverria just kind of looked up and realized he didn't have a shot at it. But good to see McClaskey bounce back to an extent here, get to a 1-2 count, and be able to deliver his pitches a bit more efficiently.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch home, runner goes. It's a called ball. The throw from Echeverria, not in time. A stolen base for Justin Hackett. as the go-ahead run, now in scoring position with still no outs and a 2-2 count to Gavin Marchese.
A bang play, but I think Hackett was just able to get the hand in there. A couple of close throws. A good job by Echeverria making these all close all day long.
2 balls, 2 strikes. McClaskey home. Popped foul backwards and into the street once again. So Marchese putting up a real good fight. And at this point, we'll just try and be putting anything on the right side of the field to advance Hackett another 90 feet over to third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McClaskey checks back, now home. And once again, backwards and into the netting. Will Coleman giving that one a chase.
And once again, protecting the plate, more of a defensive swing. That was not a pitch to drive. He was off balance trying to get to it, but he knew good chance it's going to be called a strike, so he just sends it back, lives to fight another day.
Waves dugout loved that.
The 2-2 for the 3rd consecutive time. Fouled back again, and the Ocean State Waves dugout only continuing to get louder with each pitch that the second baseman spoils away.
Truly a battle up there from Marchese, doing a good job of fouling off these pitches that would be strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and a pop fly into shallow left field. Gandy backpedaling and making the catch for the first out of the inning. A very long at-bat, but McClaskey inevitably wins the battle. And Zach Plashert now will have his chance. Really just any hit now from the Waves could bring in the go-ahead run.
Had a big late inning base hit last night, trying to come up with another big base hit 2 nights in a row.
First pitch into the lefty. Goes fishing down low and comes up empty-handed. Zach Plashert falls behind 0-1. Out of Fresno State, he's 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts to his name. Flew out his last time up. The 0-1. Same exact spot, and Plashert chases again. So McClaskey trying to get back in control, back in the driver's seat after the 2-run blast from Cam Papetti. The first 3 men of the inning all reaching base.
That pitch was same spot, but different speed. He went with a breaking ball. First one was a fastball.
No balls, 2 strikes, and tries to get another chase from Plashert, but not that time around. So 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out, and Justin Hackett, the pinch runner, leading off of second. A 3-3 ball game between the Waves and the Gulls. McClaskey comes set, checks back, kicks and deals. And just below the knees, the count even at deuces.
Plashert, a veteran of the NECBL as well, a veteran of this Waves team, so he knows how big of an at-bat this is, and he knows how big a win against Newport would be here in comeback fashion.
2 balls, 2 strikes. McClaskey's pitch home. Outside, and the count runs full. A walk here doesn't exactly kill you in the fact that it puts the force play in order, the double play as well on a ground ball up the middle, but if you're McClaskey, I think you're just looking for whatever outs you can get. Payoff pitch just moments away. Righty on lefty. McClaskey's throw home is lined into right field, and this is fair. Down for a base hit. Rounding third, Justin Hackett. He'll score, and the Waves have their first lead going back to the 3rd inning.
That's a huge base hit, and you hear that Waves dugout just come to life. Zach Plashert just being the big-time veteran there and just poking one out into right center field, enough for Hackett to come in from second.
And Ocean State's been able to pull the ball off McClaskey this entire 9th inning. A few drives in right field and then the long home run to left center field. They've been able to get on top of him, get a little early, and drive the ball.
Now the Leadoff man and Blaze Ward. Grounds one left side. Could be two. Trammell's throw to second for one. Over to first. 5-4-3 double play. So a nice end to an inning that spelled disaster for the Gulls. 3 runs later, and Ocean State's out in front 4-3. Can Newport find some more magic in the bottom of the 9th? Find out next on ESPN+.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. Moment I gotta keep going. I'm shaking the dice and I'm kicking and rolling. They already know.
We are the heartbeat of innovation. The ones who care for your heart as if it were our own. We are challengers who never settle. We are healers who turn fear into hope and the impossible into done. We are at the heart of this community, providing advanced, nationally recognized medicine. We are South Coast Health, Heart and Vascular.
At this point, just over 2 hours away from the beginning of the 4th, but we're going to get the fireworks started early between the Ocean State Waves and Newport Gulls, a 4-3 contest entering the bottom of the 9th. 4, 5, 6 due up for Newport, and Brandon Larson, Caden Cloud, and Ryan Novak. They have some bench bats at their disposal as well. Trey Telfer out there for his second inning of relief work. During his first, he gave up just 1 hit, 1 walk in that 1 inning, and struck out 2 Gulls batters. And if they could find a way to muster these 3 outs and move the winning streak up to 2, what a monumental victory this could end up being.
Yeah, and I think this Wave staff knows this game is far from over. They got to get these 3 outs. There's just a 1-run lead up there on the board, so going to be a at-bat to at-bat game, a close one down the stretch here.
Well, we've seen the Newport bullpen come on down and creep into the dugout for the most part, but still a lot of arms out there for the Ocean State Waves. So while Telfer might be out there to start the frame, you never know what's to come. Extra innings is very well in the possibility as well. First, Brandon Larson, who is 1 for 4 today, singled his first time up and swings through strike 1.
There's still a few orange jerseys out there in the pen, so.
Just a couple.
Yep. Newport not
fully throwing in the towel just yet. No balls, 1 strike. Brandon Larson had a walk-off double here earlier this season against the Valley Blue Sox in a 12-11 Classic. Drove one off the right center field wall, and he's showcased that power since joining Newport just roughly 2 weeks ago. Leads the team in terms of slugging percentage. Breaking ball, misses upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. You can sense the energy creeping on both sides. You can see the pitchers for Newport lined up atop the fence of the dugout. Telfer looking for his first out of the inning. The pitch in. Fly ball the other way. Moving back on it is Plasher underneath the tree. Makes the catch for a far first out of the inning.
And how about we talked about those trees and how they overhang, and that first one, the first fly ball out there of the 9th inning, over towards those trees out in left field.
Well, Caden Cloud, another power threat. 4 home runs on the year. He grabbed one in yesterday's defeat against Martha's Vineyard. And the last time we were here, of course, 3-hit, 2-double performance. And he's 1 for 4 today. Had an RBI single earlier today. But Newport just trying to get the tying base runner on. The 0-0 is popped up. Moving back into the outfield grass is Blaze Ward, and making the catch for the second out of the inning. So Cloud just a little too aggressive.
Yeah, that one a low pitch. You could have waited a little bit more, found a better pitch if you're Cloud, but hopped on that first one he saw.
So Ryan Novak now a 2-home run performance for him yesterday. The last hope for Newport. 1 for 2 today. 2 RBIs to his name on that double that came in the third.
He's had many a moment here at Cardines.
First pitch from Telfer is a called strike right down Broadway.
And you got to take one there if you're Novak. Just try to work any amount of pitches to see how Telfer's stuff moves.
Righty on lefty. Telfer set, kicks and deals, and misses the outside as the count draws even at sticks.
2 fastballs so far.
One ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. All of Newport holding their breath. Pitch home from Telfer. Doesn't quite catch the inside. Just barely misses as the count swings in favor of Novak.
For now, Braxton Trammell's remaining in the on-deck circle.
We have seen Salinas pick up a bat and start swinging as well. The 2-1. Novak flies one foul left side. So now down to their last strike. Ocean State snapped a 7-game losing streak yesterday and try and get 2 straight wins here tonight against their bitter rival, the Newport Gulls. Newport, on the other hand, trying to get back on track. It's been a fun night at the ballpark, and it's all led to this. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Telfer kicks and deals and misses up and away as the count runs full.
That's not a bad pitch if you're Trey Telfer. You got one to work with there, but now you run it full. Got to come into the strike zone here.
You can feel the excitement and anticipation throughout the ballpark. If you've stuck with us this far, you're in for a good one. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch home. Popped up foul, backwards and foul, as we'll do it again.
I don't think there was any doubt Ryan Novak was going to have a warrior-like at-bat here in the biggest spot of the night, fouling that one off to stay alive. Some big league takes to get to the 3 balls as well.
This is Newport's guy, the returner from last season, trying to work his way on to work towards tying things up. The 3-2. Called strike 3. Telfer sends the Gulls down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 9th and make it 2 straight for the Waves. Shock here in Newport as a 3-1 lead turns into a 4-3 defeat in just a matter of 1 inning. We're going to break it all down on the other side when we come back from ESPN+.
Most people spend their time trying to fit in. Not me. I want to be all in. I want to be in too deep, in the moment, in the center of it all, in the room where it happens. In it to make a difference every single moment of every single day. So grit your teeth and smile. Be ready to take on adversity. Be ready to transform the world. Ready for whatever life has in store. So, you in?
The motoring event of the year returns. The Audrey Newport Concours and Motor Week, October 1st through 4th. Witness breathtaking automobiles against a stunning backdrop of coastline and historic venues. From celebrated events like the Gathering and Concours d'Elegance to the all-new Supercar and Hypercar Concours, and free access to the Concours Village. There's something for all to enjoy. Join us in our Chair Jay Leno in celebrating automotive excellence, luxury, and community. Tickets on sale now.
Going a thrilling battle between the Ocean State Waves and the Newport Gulls. The Pell Bridge Series swings in favor of Ocean State. A 4-3 final improves the Waves to 7-17 on the season. Drops Newport to 14-9-1. We welcome you into the broadcast booth as we break things down post-game alongside Ethan Poole and Gavin Watson. I'm Harry Tidgewell. We thank you for staying with us on ESPN+. An absolute treat that us three got to take in here tonight. We hope you enjoyed as well. And Ethan, I'll start with you on the Newport side of things. You were trying to get back on track after last night's defeat at the end of the Martha's Vineyard Sharks, and the pitching was phenomenal for those first 8 frames, but really just kind of fell apart at the end there, and the offense unable to get anything past that 3rd inning. How does Newport go about getting back on track in their final game of the week tomorrow against Mystic?
It's what held them back last night, and what was a boogeyman at the start of the season. It was getting runners who are in scoring position to come home and score. That is what they need to do, not just tomorrow, but obviously for the rest of the season. There's no issue with the pitching tonight. Obviously, a tough blown save from Mickey McClaskey. Guys are going to have bad outings. You have to accept that. For the first 8 innings, they only gave up 1 run. So the pitching is not the issue. And the bats, despite not that many hits, they were drawing walks. There were some great at-bats, like a hit batsman or two. So they're getting on base. They just got to be able to put the ball in play a bit more. They've also had some bad luck, some really hard flyouts and lineouts that have died before the track gotten caught. So I think the Gulls are going to be okay. I think if some of those hits start falling, they'll be in very good shape.
We turn to the victors side of thing, and Gavin Watson, the Ocean State Wave season seemed to be in some serious turmoil at the beginning of the week, but after 2 straight wins on Thursday and Friday against some really strong opponents, especially here tonight, how can this momentum keep on building?
It's got to start from the bullpen. Tonight, the bullpen did not allow a single run. It was only Cooper Maher in the start to 3 earned runs, and then a great job by the late inning heroics by Jack LaRose and Zach Plasher, both coming up big for this Waves team. They're going to have to find those big hits, and those big hits came up here late in this game, as well as the strikeouts. This team, this Ocean State Waves team, struck out 12 times in this game, but no strikeouts after the 8th inning, and that was big in this game because it ended up allowing a lot of runners on base and ending up giving them the lead to win this ballgame.
Well, as I mentioned nearly 3.5 hours ago, the Pell Bridge Series never seems to disappoint. 2-1 in favor of the Waves. These teams will face off another 3 times this season. Before we say goodnight, I'd like to hand out a couple of thank yous to the entire staff team here at Cardines Field. First, the media side of things, Olivia, Adelina, Veronica, Michael, and Tyler. Thank you for everything you guys do. The best in the biz, truly. On the broadcast operations side, we had Carter Holubesco, Matt Benny, Matt Clements running cameras today. Huge shout out to Joe Dupuis and Sorka Lewis, our director and producer downstairs. Mikey Basile and Tom Lima, as always, for everything you guys do. For up here in the booth, Ethan Poole and Gavin Watson, thank you guys so much for joining me here tonight. A real breathtaking contest that we got to take in. This was a presentation of ESPN, copyright New England Collegiate Baseball League. I'm Harry Tidgewell, wishing you a happy and healthy 4th of July. Good night.